is the On Call Podcast. Your home for sports, news, pop culture, tech, and the obscure. And of course, your host, Michael Meyer.
I've been drinking Kool-Aid jammers like I did when I was 9, 'cause I like to pretend that I haven't lost the time. In the end, the nostalgia, though it tastes fine, I can only drink a couple 'cause it feels like a lie. We played Halo and we'd lay low in our basement until the sun began to rise. We would go to school but not learn too much, 'cause it's hard to read when you've got tired eyes. They've been with me for some time, and it's nice to know that they still by my side.
Well. Welcome to the MVZ podcast. I am the puddle of butter sitting here with my usual co-host. I've thought about having guests. This is a pretty isolated fucking spot. It won't be someone famous. And it's annoying as shit to wear headphones. But I would do it if we get someone in on a Zoom.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
I did well this week in picks. You can't see yet. But I will say, it's going to be a
nail biter as we get down. Playoffs might matter if we keep doing spreads for playoff games.
Probably going to have to, because we are actually tied.
I'm
just giving a listen here. Seeing if there's an echo. There's not. Not on my end. If your wife listens. Obviously mine will not. She's already prepared to take a nap. Sad news in the NFL, really. Old Jimmy Johnny Madden. Were you a big Madden fan growing up?
Like video game, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think you were a big old LA Raiders guy.
No. He wasn't really on broadcasts and stuff.
Oh, he was already done by the time. Okay.
Yeah.
I say he wasn't on for much of my life, but I did get to see a couple of Super Bowls. And
maybe he was, but I didn't stand out in my head.
You're still pretty young.
The announcer I remember the most is Chris Berman. Still alive, obviously, but he's the most memorable of the announcers.
He was on everything.
The home run derbies, back. And like either the 2-minute thing, whoop. Tick.
He does his fast, but he's getting so old now, which I mean, compared to Madden, he's still young.
He's retired like 4 times. He just keeps saying, "I'm never doing anything again." Then he does.
It's not money related, but
he loves it.
He has to. I mean, he's like the third employee for ESPN.
Yeah, you gotta love it.
He was making absolutely nothing. I was watching a documentary on ESPN about the history, and they said that it was just a broke ass. The whole program is poor. Everything was done nail biting, combining cables. Like, it was truly MacGyver to run their whole broadcast.
Oh, back when they were in Bristol.
Back in Bristol.
I mean, they still have a Bristol office, but it's LA now.
So he talked about he got offered a really good gig for CBS. And it was like in 1976 or something. Or no. When did it go live?
Somewhere around there.
I think so. But it was in its infancy, like 3 years maybe. And CBS came at him with like $185,000 a year. Then huge. Because for ESPN, he was making $25,000. And he went up to ESPN and said, I love what I do. I don't want to leave. Can you match it? And they said, absolutely not. Like you're making more than the president makes. Like, no. And they offered him like $80,000, like half. And he goes, close enough. And he stayed. And the rest is history.
And that worked out. The funny thing is, it's interesting how when you're as big as Chris Berman or Joe Buck, honestly, there's no idea. If you're as big as those guys, like Joe Buck, I think is one right now, where it's just like they can just do, they'll be on NBC, right, CBS, ESPN. Like you're bigger than a contract. Like that'd be so wild. Like just like, oh, this game's on NBC. It doesn't matter because I'm Joe Buck or I'm Chris Berman. Like
someone who I think should have that pedestal that Joe Buck, because like Joe Buck is one of the most hated people. Like if you follow any social media, him and Troy Aikman get shit on.
I like Joe Buck
more than the teams. I like him better as a baseball announcer.
Like I like him. He's a great announcer.
Perfect
Whether
voice.
or not what he says is accurate, I don't know. But like as far as a commentator, like to just play-by-play guy,
he's a great play-by-play.
Fantastic.
That's why I liked him in the World Series.
Oh, he's great. And like people don't like him because he doesn't know the game like Romo. But like honestly, Romo annoys the crap out of me. Trying to predict plays, and then this new thing he started this season where he just like replays it. And he's like, "Oh, he could have thrown it to this guy." I'm like, "Oh, did you see that in your replay when no one, like, you didn't have the 300-pound man trying to rip you down?" Like,
talk a lot of shit for a dude that never won nothing.
Yeah, and like, I think it's funny when he tries to dissect Tom, and I'm like, "You guys played together. Like Tom was before and after you. Like,
and he was better the whole way through."
Yeah, and chill a little bit. He's big for his britches right now as an announcer.
He's getting knocked down a lot because he's getting called out and people are recording a lot of his stuff, and it's like, oh, he's fucking drunk. He's been slurring a lot come fourth quarter. They did a couple of presser events promoting stuff and like in the cities that the games were at and some charity balls, and he apparently made like an ass of himself talking about being rich and calling other people rich and calling other people broke, and he was like, whoa, schnockered.
There are a lot of announcers I really don't like. I don't like Brian Greasy at all. The Monday night guy this year.
No, I don't. What is it with ESPN? And they cannot find a broadcast booth.
Booger was terrible last year.
And then they put him in the Booger Mobile.
Yeah. Well, Greasy, I was here for the Bears Steelers game. He was openly rooting for the Bears. Well, I don't know why, but like I've never seen someone openly root for any team.
Well, you see Collinsworth sucking.
Oh, he's usually a quarterback first guy, and he likes the Bengals because he played for the Bengals for his whole career, and that's fine. And like Aikman, say what you want about him, he's pretty straight and narrow. He doesn't like go right at the Cowboys.
He'll talk shit about the Cowboys.
Yeah,
and I appreciate that.
To the point that like some Cowboys fans are like, I don't like him, but I'm like, no, he's not a homer. But like Greasy, like the Bears would have a good play, and he'd be like, wow, that's amazing, and then there'd be a bad call, which there were some bad calls in that game, but he was just like, wow, the NFL is screwing the Bears, and it was like, calm down a little bit.
I'm
like he was acting like the Steelers were out there actively cheating. And it's like,
how long has Greasy been retired? And he was a subpar quarterback his whole career.
But he acted like the Steelers were actively cheating in his commentating of that game. And I'm like, yeah, there were some bad calls in favor of the Steelers, but like, they're not making them. Like the refs are making the calls. Like,
how do you feel about like Al Michelson?
He's fine.
Fine.
He's just a guy. Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth, honestly, that's probably the gold standard right now. They're not the best, but like I have no complaints when I watch those games.
I love Al Michaels, but
when I watch Al Michaels and Collinsworth, I don't like love them, but I'm never like mad.
They're never, stay in their lane.
Yeah, like Brian Greasy. What was it? It was a game. It was like 2 or 3 weeks after, and the Steelers had won like 3 or 4 games in a row, and
it was the game that they sucked in the first half and they started coming back.
Well, no, the Steelers weren't playing on this Monday night game. It was like, I think it might have been Raiders and someone, but regardless, Al Michaels was like, how about the Steelers? Like they've won 3 or 4 in a row. And Greasy just goes, you believe in Big Ben and the Steelers? And I was like, that's unprofessional. I'm not saying it as like, oh, he hates on the Steelers, but like a couple different times on Monday Night Football, he's just said things that I'm like, you can't just root for one of the teams over the other like that. Like,
not if you want to be professional.
Like, that's not it. Like, I was always impressed with. I'm impressed with Troy Aikman because he doesn't lean towards the Cowboys. He just calls it how he sees it. Aikman or Romo, I'm just not a fan because he's just know-it-all. And
it was charming when he first started doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And it quickly became, come on now.
First, it was more accidental. And now he's trying to do it every time. He's trying to predict calls. He's trying to... Like, so much so, do you remember the Super Bowl prediction last year? He wouldn't pick a winner. He said it was going to come down to the last drive, and whoever had the ball last was going to have a chance to drive down and win the game, and they weren't going to get it, was his prediction. Like, that's annoying. Like, you're an annoying person for predicting something so stupid. And it wasn't right.
I would rather...
The Bucks beat the brakes.
I'd rather watch the squid or whatever it was, the sea animal that was picking Super Bowls.
Yeah. It's just like...
Who's the other one I was going to ask? Oh, someone who I think is above contracts who was actually forced out by NBC was Bob Costas. Because he's just a great sports journalist. I loved him in, like, Inside the NFL. I liked reading his articles.
I like the guys who cross sports. The weird thing
is... He's a big boxer, I think.
How come nobody does it with the NBA? The NBA kind of has their own people, and they don't really cross.
I think it's because they've done well at picking their players. I mean, they've done well at picking their announcers.
Like, their most annoying one's probably Reggie, and even he's fine. Like, he's the most annoying of the announcers, and he's still better than like 90% of the NFL announcers. They
also have the best halftime, like Chuck and Shaq, and
it's horrible from a basketball knowledge standpoint.
Yeah, but it's pure entertainment.
All right, so like Shaq and Charles Barkley, I'm not convinced could name you half the NBA rosters.
I'd be surprised if it was half.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you like showed them, like, if you're like, who's not a starter for this team, they wouldn't even know. Shaq got caught not knowing like a star. Like there was like some night, like he's not known some like relevant players. They're entertaining though.
I don't need him to analyze the game. Like you can see it.
Yeah. Well, and in today's day and age, you wanna watch great analysts, like get on a podcast, listen to the Dunked On pod with like Nate Duncan and Zach Lowe and those guys. You want basketball knowledge. Listen to Zach Lowe.
I used to listen to Trista Trick on from Barstool. She got fired.
I said, like, you listen to someone like that if you really want to get nerdy and deep down into it, like who's actually
hit me with the stacks, like your shit, your analytics.
Yeah, but like TNT with Shaq and them, it's like no, it's 11 p.m. We just want entertainment.
Making a Murder wasn't huge for Netflix because of its
not for its hard hitting journalism. Stupid show.
I'm so mad that
they're just like at the end, they're like, what do you think? Can't end it like that. Stupid.
There are so many games this week.
All of them, 16. And they're all on Sunday.
One game.
Steelers play Monday and everyone else.
I think the longest week in history of Week 15 kind of ruined a 15-game Sunday again. Because, like, there's just something to be said about just a shitty game even, you know. Like
I do love, though, as someone who plays a lot of DFS and someone who, like, loves to just soak in football on Sundays, like on Red Zone, I love the Steelers play Monday night. Because I can soak in all that football at 1 and 4 and then watch the Sunday night game then watch my Steelers. Like, I don't have to, like, it's like when the Steelers play at 1, it's, like, cool. Like, I'll watch my Steelers. Say they win, I'm still in a good mood when I watch my football. Like, oh, there's 2 4 o'clock games. And I don't care about them. This week, there's 9 at 1, 5 at 4. There's going to be good games. I mean, that's just what it's going to come down to. 9, 1 o'clock, 5, 4 o'clocks, and then the night games.
Yeah, the 4 o'clock games, they're finally not bad. Every other week is, just West Coast shit.
Yep.
But, like, Vikings-Packers play at 4.
Yeah, they flex some stuff.
Or no, wait, they play Sunday night, don't they?
Yes.
That's right. They were going to be the 4:35 game.
Yeah, they flexed some stuff around to make it. Which game was it? The Panthers game, I believe. They flexed it to 4 o'clock, I think.
Yes, with the Saints.
And I think
they did it.
I think they flexed it because that game is so bad. They wanted more national television on some of the other good games that won. They wanted more people to be able to watch the Chiefs-Bengals game.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which is the Fox game, the NFC game.
Well, there's
Rams-Ravens, I believe, is also it. Yeah, Rams-Ravens. I think they wanted more people to be able to watch that game, so they flexed the Panthers-Texans game for a game so that more people could watch the game that actually has actual playoff implications.
Shit, I don't have a pen out here. I gotta get a pen. Is someone listening to porn in the house?
I can't.
Really weird. It's not me, obviously. All right, hold on a second. Let me just grab. Let's play. That is porn. Well, now I gotta check and see what's going on. All right, let me play that music real quick. Stop that. Yeah, that was fucking weird.
It just kept happening. That was the weird part.
Yeah, I thought after that quick little pop, it'd be done, and then and then it wasn't.
It's the longest scene ever.
So it wasn't technically porn, but it was about couples having difficulty having kids.
And the guy was jerking it to porn, so it was porn that we were hearing.
Sweet. Making sure I played that audio. Should have checked that first. It's infuriating how hard it is to lose weight.
Oh, and gaining it's easy.
It's so fucking easy. It's delicious to gain weight and be fat.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But I was... I've realized how fat I am for quite some time. And I bought myself a Bluetooth scale, and it sends me my weight when I weigh myself. And I didn't realize how much of a fat fuck I have been. But in March, I did hit my highest weight of all time. And it was eye-opening. I forgot it was that high. I never thought I'd hit, but I hit 283.7. That's a big boy.
I got up to almost 290.
You did?
Mm-hmm. About a year and a half ago.
I'm like, how tall are you?
6'1". Oh, big.
I'm 6'4".
I find a picture.
But so the holidays were going to wreak havoc on me. I was doing the diet, and I gained a couple of pounds because Chinese food. We had Chinese food for Christmas. Mm-hmm. We said, screw the traditional. We're going to do Chinese food. So we did, and we had like 15 dishes, a few sushi rolls, 4 orders of crab rangoon and dumplings, and it was $356 for a dinner. And then I ended up throwing out more than half of it because we just didn't eat enough of it because Nicole doesn't eat leftovers very well. And I didn't want to keep up eating all that rice. But I gained like 4 pounds over the weekend, even though I was on call. I am happy to say that I started intermittent fasting, but I'm doing what they call dirty fasting. So if you don't know what that is and you don't want to be a faster, you can do what they call dirty fasting, which is a 50-calorie allotment for vitamin supplements like your electrolytes and things like that. Because if you're going to do any sort of activities on a fast, you're going to cramp up and shit. So I've been drinking like Bang energy drinks because at least they got a bunch of shit in them. Like Red Bulls do not. They don't have near the vitamins and stuff that's in it. And it's 20 calories per can. I don't want to risk that. I also love bubbles. I would...
Like sparkling drinks?
Yeah, but I also hate the taste of LaCroix.
Oh.
I've tried with LaCroix. And then Nicole got this messed up order from... That's you, huh?
Yeah, about a year and a half ago.
I wouldn't even guess you're the same person. You were big boy.
Yeah.
Bethany's a big girl, too.
What's husband? She was pregnant.
She carries it all in her belly, like...
Yeah.
Like,
She actually lost weight when she was pregnant.
Oh, it just went to the wrong places. It went to the unflattering areas. So
the belly, and then she gave birth, and within like 15 minutes, she just looked normal again. And I was like, "That's weird."
Did she go naturally or C-section?
It was a C-section because of her Marshall being 10 pounds 10 ounces. So they were like, "He's big enough. We're gonna get him out." Yeah, like they took him out, and she just looked normal, and I was like, "It doesn't look like you just had a kid." She goes, "What?" And I was like, "No, a lot of women still look pregnant." So it wasn't until we were walking around she saw the other women who had already given birth that still looked pregnant before she realized that.
You could be in a movie. It's just like that guy.
Very
Galifianakis.
I was a fat guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I was big. Because I don't do anything halfway. Is my problem. Like, I don't eat a candy bar. I would go buy a bag of, like, Kit Kat. Like, miniature Kit Kats, and I just go.
I do the same thing. Publix is like it's a trigger. Like, you'll go into the candy aisle, and it's just way cheaper to buy the bag of, like, a bag of minis or thins. Well, I can't just eat one thin. So I did.
Actually recently gained, like, 10 pounds back. I lost, like, 80.
How'd you lose it?
Working out. Eating better. The most boring way to lose weight of all time.
The right way?
Yeah. Yeah. That's like, everyone's like, how do you lose weight? I'm like, I quit eating junk food and I started like lifting weights. People are like, well, that's stupid. I'm sorry.
So you didn't do like a keto?
I didn't like eat like 1.5 pounds of like rice flour or anything weird. Like I wasn't like doing keto or paleo or like doing any like weird, like I just did this workout. Like just... Like,
the amount of keto I want to do is essentially fucking fried food.
I just quit eating as many carbs. I didn't cut out carbs because carbs are important.
Especially if you have fruit.
I just switched from like white bread to wheat bread. Instead of eating white rice, I ate brown rice. Like things like that. And like I didn't eat things that were just obviously bad. I tried to limit myself to one bad meal a day. So, like, I wouldn't go to lunch, eat, like, 4 pieces of fried chicken, and then for dinner eat 4 pieces of pizza, and then also eat a Blizzard all in one day.
That's fair.
Which you can easily do. Don't get me wrong. I was saying, like, I was limiting myself to, like, only eating one crap meal a day.
I'm afraid.
I try to eat healthy all the time, but, like, if I had to eat bad, I was like, I know I'm going to eat bad for dinner, so I'm gonna eat a healthy lunch.
Nicole put me in a bad sense of security. She's like, "Oh, you don't even look fat. You just got a little bit of a belly." He's like, but like it's in my peripheral. Like I can see my belly.
Dude, your wife will never tell you. Like even Bethany, when I look like that, Bethany's like, "You're not fat." I'm like, I'm almost 300 pounds.
Sometimes I need some truth.
What's fat then? Like, do I have to get to 400 before I'm fat?
I do not want to be on TLC. Do not let me hit my 600-pound life.
Did I make money on 600-pound life?
You don't make much. I think 25,000.
Enough to cover my Oreos.
But they also pay. I think they pay for your surgery.
There you go.
My uncle's got to be pushing 600 pounds. He had COVID. I was surprised. He was only in the hospital over the weekend. He was only in, I think, for 3 days, and then he got out on a Monday morning, and then he fell in his bathroom the next day, and he had to call EMS to pick him up. The lift assist team. He's got to make a change. Yeah. He's gonna die young. He's only, I think my uncle's only about 57.
Yeah, I need to get back into the groove. The thing is, I do better when I don't let myself have anything. Like when I'm just being strict.
It's a slippery slope.
Like when I'm just being strict and just eating healthy, like I have no problem with it, and like it's not hard at all. But once I start letting myself have like, I'll have a couple cookies here and there, and then like it just you said it just slippery slope, just downhill fast. And then it's just I'm eating junk all the time. I'm eating pizza 3 or 4 times a week.
I was gonna buy beer for tonight.
Yeah, pizza is the hardest food for me to. There's no substitute for pizza. Zero.
I guess I'm what they would call a binge drinker. I like the taste of beer. I can drink a lot of beer without an issue. I can kill a 12-pack in a couple hours. If I start by the second one, I'm like, this is tasting good, and this is, and then I do it. So I put a shot of vodka in this, and then Diet Red Bull. So I was just like, that's what I got. And then that's a bang over there. That's just a bang. Drinking is my thing, and then I am such a night owl. But being a night owl,
you're hungry late.
I am hungry late. The worst time to eat. Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm decided to give myself that 9 o'clock cutoff for food. Like it's done. I eat from 3 to 9. That's all I get. And I work out. So the problem with being a night owl, it's not fun to go to the gym at night. I don't like it. It's also hard to get up in the morning because I don't go to bed at night. I don't go to bed until like 1:30 in the morning. But I have to get up at 5 to go to the gym.
I used to work out right after work when my wife used to get off after me.
Do you work till 5 every day? Pretty much.
Pretty much. I haven't been doing it now. When I lived in Indiana, I used to start early, peel out like at 4, go to the gym from like 4:30 to 5:30. So I could go home, be showered, start dinner before Bethany to get home. She got home like at 6 something. So that used to be my jam. Then I started going to work out before I work on my lunch break. I haven't been working out recently. I need to get back to the gym. When I had that hernia thing, I had taken a little pause, but now I need to get back to it.
Do you live by that plaza by our first date? By that B-Dubs?
Mm-hmm.
You got a UFIT right by you, don't you?
Yep.
My buddy Albert goes there. That's a beautiful looking gym, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would go there if it wasn't a 26-minute drive.
Yeah. That's why I like that. But, yeah, as far as diet to lose weight, I didn't do any sort of anything. I literally didn't, like, people used to ask me if I counted calories because, like my family stuff, like, oh, you've lost a lot of weight. Like, you count calories? It's like, no. The only time I even thought about calories was if I was worried I didn't have enough in a day. Because I never wanted to undereat. I never wanted to be the person who had, like, I had 800 calories in the day. Because, like, that's not, I didn't want to slow my metabolism. So, like, that was the only time I really tried to go back in my head. Because I was like, oh, I had, like, I've only had, like, 800 calories today.
It's like when I took,
like my snack, I'm going to have, like, nuts or something. Something that's still healthy, but, like, higher in calories.
Protein and a good healthy fat. So when I texted you about what I ate, you were probably like, nope, bad.
No, I didn't. To each their own. Like I said, but I have got some people. I have gotten into arguments.
I didn't have good food options at the time, so that's why I ate such little amount of food.
Well, it's one thing if it's a day, but I know people who try to lose weight and they're just like, I'm gonna have 900 calories a day. I'm like, your metabolism's just gonna be gone.
That works for skinny chicks. Like that's it.
It's not good because then once you have like a 1800 calorie day, your body just like doesn't know what to do with that. Like as a guy, I'm like, I wanted to make sure that I ate at least like 1700, 1800 calories, like. Because, like, especially when I got up to, like, 300 pounds, I was like, maintaining was probably, like, what, 2,800 calories? If I'm working out.
If you're working out?
Yeah. If I'm
close to it, yeah. Because
maintaining when I was, like, almost 300 pounds might have been 3,000 calories.
Probably 3,400 to 3,500.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, I was like, I wanted to lose weight, but I was like, even eating, like, 2,000 calories a day was probably, like, a 2-pound-a-week pace. You know what I mean? With working out. So, I was like, you don't want to lose too much faster than that. Like,
right.
So I wanted to make sure I was eating at least 1,800 calories, like 1,500 at the least. Because I saw online that men shouldn't go much under 1,500 or women shouldn't go much under 1,200 in a day.
I think that makes sense. Before
your metabolism starts to like panic. And it is different too. Like you do the Murph or something. The Murph is like a famous like CrossFit workout where you do. You run a mile, and then it's 300 air squats, 200 push-ups, and 100 pull-ups, broken up however you want, and then you run another mile.
I haven't done 100 pull-ups in my life.
Yeah. Well, I didn't do pull-ups. I couldn't, so I did ring rows. But regardless, like, you do something like that, you can't just be like, cool, and I'm going to eat 1,500 calories. Like, no. Like, you work out like that, you need to be eating 2,000 calories. And just because a kid, your body's gonna. But I didn't limit myself. If I was hungry, I ate. I just made sure I was eating, like, stuff that wasn't junk.
And if you're doing that kind of shit, you really do need to up your protein intake because your muscles are going to break down.
I ate a lot of protein. But my biggest thing for me is when I get hungry, like for you being a night owl, one of my biggest weaknesses is it's like, oh, it's 11 p.m. and I'm starving, and then I eat just junk. To where, in reality for me, when I'm starving, I shouldn't eat a granola bar even, or, something like that. I should just eat a meal. Like, when I'm, like, that hungry, I should just be like, I'm going to have a chicken breast and green beans. I don't care that it's 11 p.m. But, like, for me, like, it was better for me to just eat what I had for a healthy dinner if I'm really hungry than to try to make it up with a bar. Because I could eat a 200-calorie bar and still be starving.
Work is still texting me.
Yeah, you eat green beans, you eat chicken. It's more filling, and there's actual nutrients in there. So, like, I just never limited myself, and I just tried to keep filling foods that I liked on hand.
I got to work on it. Like you, I'm a full-bore person, so I went straight from, let me eat a couple pieces of bacon and sausage in the morning, stop and get a double cheeseburger on my way home from work at 3.
Yeah, I have no portion control.
Snacks when I get into the house because I eat my food in the car and hide the bag.
At your house, I have no portion control with junk. Just pound
you are really good at. You and my mom would probably be best friends because my mom could eat a pack of zebra cake right there. Those zebra rolls.
My mom.
Yep. They don't last 24 hours.
Like literally, it's to the point where like if I'm looking at a bag of like chips or like a chip substitute, like a rice cake thing, I calculate how much calories are in the bag because I'm like, let's be honest with myself. Like, there's a joke. I'm gonna eat all of it. Like, if I lose control and eat the whole bag, what am I looking at? And that's why I really like those popcorners. I can get I can get a bag like this and then like 380 calories for the whole thing.
And mentally, you're probably like satisfied.
Oh, it tastes like a chip to me.
That's why I had you try those cheddar bacon things. Like sometimes I need a satiating crunch, man.
Yep. But anyway. I'm also one of those people. I have an advantage. I always feel like I have an advantage over most when it comes to losing weight because I eat the same thing every day. I don't care really. Like if Bethany meal prepped me, brown rice, green beans, and a seasoned chicken breast, and that was just sitting there, I eat that every single day for lunch. Never be an issue.
Really?
I would never be like, oh, I'm missing out. Like, if the food's sitting in front of me, when I first started eating healthy, I ate 6 eggs with spinach in it and some and I put some hot pepper like seasoning in it, and I had that every single day for lunch for like 3 months. And, like never.
You'd be a good prisoner.
Oh, I start craving it too because I'm like, oh, I haven't had that since freaking yesterday. I'm ready for my daily eggs or whatever.
Nicole used to do stuff like that when she was regimented and she did her weight loss stuff, and she had a trainer and all that shit. Like her breakfast was the same. It was like spinach and eggs topped with salsa.
Oh, I really like. I need to get some more spring mix. I'll just get like a bowl of spring mix like this big, and just pour like a decent amount of bacon bits on it and just eat it. That's it. Just bacon bits and spring mix. It's like no
dressing.
No dressing. I don't like dressing.
I need a lube.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like things like that does give me an unfair advantage, and I know that the fact that I don't care about eating the exact same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
I'm trying to break Nicole's bad habit, and her bad habit is eating in bed. So like she's napping now. When I go to wake her up to go to bed at like 12:30, 1 o'clock, she'll go and grab like a Lunchable, take it into bed and eat that and go right back to sleep. She's like, yeah, come on.
Yeah.
So I went from 283 March, gained weight. I hit 260 again at Christmas. This morning I was 255. I tell you what made me feel bad. My mom got home from her cruise a couple weeks ago. She goes, "Oh, your belly's getting big." I said, "Bitch, I have lost." When she got back, I was like, "I have lost 25 pounds in the last couple months. You're telling me I'm looking fatter?" Great.
Feels good. Thanks.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
great.
gonna go jump off the Skyway real quick. Now, because I'm working out, and I'm working out fairly hard. I mean, I'm burning 500, 600, 700 calories to the gym. My worry is that because I'm actually lifting weights now, and I usually just do cardio. Cardio's just not hitting the spot right now. It's not going to show up on the scale, and then I'll feel defeated.
Honestly, I think I never weighed myself.
That's smart.
Oh, I know. Like, and people used to be like mad at me, and I was like, no. I weighed myself at the beginning. I weigh myself when I don't feel fat, because like it goes up and down, especially when you're lifting.
A little bit of salt can change you like 3 pounds in a day.
I wanted to look thinner, so like, and I wanted to be healthier, so I would drink a protein shake after working out every day. And like I said, like it wasn't even like to gain muscle or anything. It was just like I'm working out a bunch. Like
you essentially need to double your usual requirements if you're working out.
Yeah, and like I started to look a lot better, and it just was not.
Yeah, I just want to look good naked.
Thing.
I struggle with confidence. You know, my dad always poked my belly. Oh, you're looking a little big. He said that all throughout high school. So I have an image problem with my belly. Always have. I could probably be close to abs and still just be like so fucking fat.
Oh yeah,
I have never thought I looked good in my entire life.
I saw a thing that was really funny. I said I wish I could be as fat as the first time I thought I was fat.
Been there.
Like that's just the truest thing for most adults.
What sucks is I don't know if it's humanly possible for me to have abs. I was in the Navy, so 255 now. At 6'3" and change in the Navy, I was like 195 pounds. Didn't have abs. That's a lot of weight stretched out.
Yeah.
I'm doing a couple hundred sit-ups and push-ups a day, running 5-6 miles, still no abs.
That's wild.
I think God hates me. Give me a couple of weeks of a Zac Efron body.
God hates me. I'm a 6 foot, 4 white.
Yeah, let's be real here. Yeah,
landowning male in America.
I essentially hit the jackpot, and I'm just my vanity of lack of abs.
I'm a white, straight landowning male in
Blonde
America.
Hair, blue-eyed male. I am Hitler's ideal.
Yeah.
You're right. And to get over it.
Like being born in America, like no, I'm not one of those people who's like America's the greatest country in the world. Being born in let's just say this, not like a war-infested third world country, you won the lottery in itself. Like just
you're already in the top 15-20% of the population.
Being born somewhere where like the average person in poverty still has 2 cars, a fridge, an air conditioner. You know what I mean? Like an air conditioned home, and that's poverty. Pretty good. There are some countries out there. do not have it like this. So
you're right. All right.
Although I did my little tangent on countries. I get tired of people being like, "Well, in America, we're free." So are most countries now, though. Like, let's be real. Like,
honestly, I think
that's not special anymore. Like,
there's only like 26 countries that like aren't free.
Yeah, and
so Learn to free, home of the brave. Yeah.
In Europe and every other country, and we're the worst at a lot of things. But for a different day.
I do hate the people compare everything to communism and socialism. I have active patients that are on Medicare and they complain about socialism. I was like, what do you think Medicare is?
And Tosh had a funny joke. He's like, I feel like the people that scream the loudest that the country's the best are the people that live in the worst parts of this country. He's like, there's always people from like Nebraska and like Alabama. They're like, we're the best. He's like, have you been to Paris? Have you been to other countries?
They are better.
Yeah. Like, I don't know.
Do you want to do picks first?
Yeah, let's knock the picks out.
All right. So last week, I thought we had a lot more in common than we did.
We started out the same and then ended not the same at all.
I went 11-5. You 8-8.
Gross. So you probably got like almost everyone. What's my guarantee of the week?
Oh, that's the one I was gonna talk about because we both won that one because they didn't cover. I don't even think I marked your. I don't think I marked yours of the week. But now that I have these two rows, we can do.
My lock of the week. Falcons and Lions. That was your lock with the Lions?
No, I was just talking about. I had to star that one because the Falcons actually won the game, but they didn't cover. That's the only one.
Okay. I thought we had a lock. I thought I didn't mention a lock.
You did mention it. I just forgot to mark it. I'm sure.
Who knows? Who's to say?
That brings the year's total for both of us 114.88.
All right. I'm ready.
I mean, it's really not bad. I mean, 11 and if I'm picking, am I 11-5? That's good numbers.
Yeah.
I could have a job if I could do. If you could pick 11-5 every week, you
against the spread.
You have a career.
Again, we'll say against the spread. If you can pick 11-5 straight up, okay, good job. Some of them are gimmies.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, Pick'ems.
Yeah.
Even I was in 8th grade in my first Pick'ems league. Yeah, you can guess at about 80% of Pick'ems.
Oh yeah. Especially as the season wears on and you start to know what teams actually are. All right, I'm ready. Let's do it.
First game of the week we got here. 3.5-point favorite Eagles at Washington.
Eagles.
I'm taking the Eagles as well.
Washington, I feel like, has given up. So I'm going to go with the Eagles.
We talked about big 13.5-point favorite Bucks at Jets.
All right. I'm going to go out and say that I think that this spread is ridiculous and disrespectful. The Bucks don't have Mike Evans. They don't have Chris Godwin. They don't have Fournette. They don't have Shaq Barrett. And it should be 20 points. The Bucks are my lock of the week. I think it is disrespectful to Tom Brady to face the worst defense in football. They have the highest pass rate. They have Antonio Brown. They have Gronkowski. They are going to rip them to shreds.
My prediction for that game.
Honestly, that's my lock of the week. And I want you to write next to mine 20 plus. I would be stunned if they don't win by 20.
Rashad Perriman. Wait. God damn it. He was on the Bears. They just picked him up. I think it was Rashad Perriman.
They have Rashad Perriman on the team.
Yeah. He was on the Bears for the first 12 weeks of the season. Bears cut him. Picked up by the Buccaneers on Tuesday. Didn't play the first week. His second week on the roster, he played in 86% of the snaps with the Bucs.
Mike Evans doesn't come back. He shouldn't. If he's even slightly hurt, they shouldn't play him against the Jets. They do not need him.
going to be a big game for Perriman.
If they need it to be. It's going to be a big game for whoever Tom decides is going to be a big game.
That's my prediction.
It's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a bludgeoning.
This is probably the hardest game for me to pick.
If sports betting was legal, I would hammer
the Bucks.
The Bucks at 13.5.
Dolphins at the 3.5 point favorite Titans. Super hot ass Dolphins. Titans are so hit and miss.
Titans for me. The Dolphins, I know, have won 7 in a row. They're the first team in NFL history to lose 7 then win 7. But they beat Lamar Jackson, who's good, and Tyrod Taylor was like the second best quarterback they beat in their 7-game win streak. So I don't think they're for real.
I said earlier, Derrick Henry was trending. But I don't know why. Oh, it's just because of the comparison with Jonathan Taylor. I was going to say, they are predicting that Derrick Henry will be ready for Week 18.
Okay.
And Cam Akers was activated.
Yeah.
They said he could play Week 17, but I don't think they're going to do it. Are they going to do it?
I think he's in a dress, which is wild.
That
5 months off an Achilles.
That could make my our fantasy football trades. If those two come back before the end of the season, that truly means they'll be full strength.
Oh yeah.
Next season, like I'll be running. I'd be so stacked with running backs. I'm excited.
Yeah, give me the Titans.
Okay,
I'm not buying the Dolphins.
I'm gonna be with you only because I just don't have faith in Tua. I don't know if it's his release or what, but
I don't think the Dolphins are that good. I don't buy their defense. They were terrible at the beginning of the year, and then they look elite the last couple weeks. But I think it's just more about who they've played versus
more about time and place than skill. Jags at the 16-point favorite. You're taking the Jags?
Yep.
Huh? I'll take the Pats.
They're
in New England, a shitty ass Jags team without a coach, without a running back.
It's
in New England,
points, though. You can win 28-13, and you don't cover.
Yeah, I think it'll be more like 35-10.
Okay. I just don't think the Pats have a high-powered offense, and that's why I'm not betting them as a 16-point favorite.
I'm with you. I think it's going to be Jackson that do more than the Pats.
No, that's fair.
There's going to be a defensive touchdown. I think
it's
going
to be 17-0.
It could be.
I mean, do you realize that in the last 8 weeks, Trevor Lawrence has thrown 1 touchdown?
Still? Man, we were just talking about that.
I was just bashing him, and then he faced the Jets and didn't throw a touchdown. Against the Jets.
Number 1 pick, huh?
Yeah. At some point, it's a little on him.
Shit. The cord's too short, I guess. Raiders at the 7-point favorite Colts. I'm taking the Colts.
Take the Raiders to cover. Just give me you give me a touchdown. I'll take the underdog there. It's just a big spread. I think the Colts will win, but I'll just.
I'm only on it because the Colts should be getting back a few players on the line, and Darius Leonard should be back.
They should win. It's just one of those things. Whenever I can get 7 points and I could see the Raiders winning the game, I'll take the points in.
They are fucking annoying, right? They are just winning.
This could win. Like, it's not the Jags game where they can't win. The Raiders, they could beat the Colts, and I wouldn't be stunned.
The Raiders, it seemed like for years, were that team that ruins it, like that backdoor cover. Like, they'll just sneak and just fucking ruin it for everyone. 4.5 point favorite Chiefs at Cincinnati Bengals.
Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm with you. Taking the Chiefs.
Again, the Bengals just bludgeon the AFC North. I don't know what is going on where they just destroy Baltimore and Pittsburgh and then lose to a lot of other teams. But
Chiefs my prediction in that game, I know I'm being ridiculous here, 4 sacks on Burrow.
Okay.
I see an outside rush. I see 4 sacks. This one, I was surprised. Giants against the Bears. Bears 5.5 point favorites. The Bears only score average 18 points a game. I'm still going to take them.
I'll take the Bears.
They don't even know who's going to play at quarterback.
Doesn't matter. David Montgomery is going to just be fed.
God, you know what? He deserves all the money.
I'm just going to feed him.
You know what? A little Bears appreciation here. Come from behind fourth quarter. It's pretty badass. it's a good reason. It's a good thing I didn't watch it because it was one of the shittiest games of the week. Falcons 14.5-point favorite Bills in Buffalo.
Take Buffalo. I think Buffalo's found their stride. I'll take them. I don't love taking picks that big, but it's my second one already, but whatever.
That's my third. Only because I don't think the Falcons can stop the bleeding.
No, Falcons are terrible. And I really think the Bills found something last week in the form of confidence.
Now they care, it seems like. It just truly feels like, fuck them, we'll play.
And this next one, Rams, Ravens. Rams.
4.5-point favorite Rams at Ravens. Have to take it with you.
Can I make a bold call? I'm making another bold call. Cooper Kupp, 200+ yards. Yeah.
Do you mean receiving or the total?
I guess give me total, but it's going to be receiving. I mean, that's all that's what he does.
I see a weird little gimmicky reverse on him.
The thing is, the Ravens' pass defense is atrocious. They just gave up 525 yards to Burrow last week.
Twitter just refreshed. Guess who's trending? Andy Dalton.
Yeah, I saw that. Why? He said something earlier today.
That and it's probably a donation. Oh, people are predicting Andy Dalton versus Mike Lennon. Why?
Fun.
Oh, see, that is one of the reasons. Donating $5,000 to Jeff Dickerson's son.
And I will say the 200+ is for fun. Bold call. Obviously, I'm a little bit of that is just.
Yeah, it's not something you're throwing $20 on.
I'm not like betting that it happens. It's something that it's a little bit of a exaggerated claim. It's not like the Bucks won the 20+. I'm full on serious. That like, if I would love to see what I could bet on the Bucks to win by 20.
I do not like that. It seems like they are just trying not to play Fields.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm pulling up DraftKings Sportsbook right now to see what the odds are on Bucks by 19.5.
But I realize it's almost dumb. I can see both sides of not playing Justin Fields because he's a rookie. He's not going to be playing with this coach next year. But you're still looking at defenses that are going to be around.
You play him. I feel about it. But.
It's lightning in a bottle. Put him in the fucking field.
All right, Bucks by. All right, so Bucks by 19.5. They're plus 175.
Wow.
I would take that. Bank.
Texans at the 12-point favorite 49ers. I'm taking Texans. Davis Mills, baby. He's gonna throw 2 touchdowns.
They don't even know the quarterback's gonna be for the 49ers this week.
Is Jimmy G out again?
Oh, he's gonna be out for sure. It's probably gonna be Lance. I'll take the 49ers. I don't feel good about it.
Is Lance starting?
I think so. I think they said Trey Lance is gonna be the guy.
He's gonna have a 45% completion percentage.
Okay.
He's just so inaccurate. Broncos at the 6.5-point favorite Chargers. I'm taking Chargers. Although the D looked good against the Raiders.
Do love a good D.
Do you think Vic Fangio? Yeah. Do you think Vic Fangio is going to be fired from Denver?
I don't know.
You don't care about the AFC West?
The Chargers look rough, but I don't know about Vic Fangio being fired. I don't know enough about the situation. There's a good chance.
The only reason I know is because he was the Bears' defensive coordinator for a couple of years, and he is great. They're talking grumblings of the not mainstream Chicago sports media. It's talking about Vic liked being in Chicago. Bring him back, but the new defensive coordinator Sean Desai.
All right, there are a lot of Steelers fans who are calling for Tomlin's head. I'm like,
Why?
the Bears would sign him tomorrow. There are 20 teams in the league who would fire their head coach and take Tomlin right now.
Absolutely.
And I'm saying 20 because only 20 because I think there are 20 who would just be like, sorry, but like he's available. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like there are so many coaches that like are fine and maybe haven't gotten a fair shake yet, but it's just one of those things where it's like,
I can't believe how many are saying that Peyton's going to leave New Orleans. He just signed a contract extension this past year through to like 2027.
Oh, good segue to the next game, which is Saints-Panthers. And I'll take the Saints. Taysom Hill and Simeon are back. Then I'll have to roll with Ian Book.
Are they? Mm-hmm. I like Taysom Hill. I know he's not accurate yet, but you know what? He's also never actually been... How much...
That's weird. He's a weird person. I don't understand the Saints with him.
I feel like they fucked him so much last year.
They paid him and then signed Jameis, paid him more money
to stay as the gimmick player, backup quarterback competition.
Yeah, they gave him like a raise and then started Jameis over him. Like, I don't know what they're doing, I guess. Like, they paid him a bunch of money to be the heir apparent and then went out and got someone else to play.
I think the reason they paid him is because he's essentially a unicorn.
Again, like it's like the fork thing that's been all opposite. Just because you're unique doesn't mean you're useful. Like, he's not the best running quarterback in football.
No, they paid him because they can run these weird gimmicky plays.
You can with Cam, and he's not even good.
I honestly think Taysom would be a better quarterback than Cam, though.
True, but if you're only going to run him for the gimmicky stuff, it doesn't matter, is what I'm getting at. Like, if you're only going to do goal line packages, Cam can run that just fine.
I would have given a true blue try to Taysom. And it's not that Jameson is bad. But, like, you know who he is.
Yeah.
You don't even know who Taysom can be.
Speaking of Jameis, I think he's one of the guys that might be the Steelers QB next year. I think it's going to be like Jameis. I would rank it Mariota 1, Tyrod 2, Jameis 3.
I would rather Jameis.
I'm not saying who I want.
I would put Jameis over Tyrod.
Well, I'm predicting what will happen. That was not what
I think people love the professional. Like Tyrod is a calm body to the locker room.
Yep.
He is a top 5 backup in the league.
I think Tyrod's just. I think if Tyrod and Mariota are just seen as like a gap QB.
I would like to see Mariota come back now because, like, I don't think he was ready to handle leading a franchise.
Yeah.
I think he could have a career resurgence.
Yeah, I'd be all right with giving him a shot. Load up on offensive line and defensive line draft picks. We have a receiver. We have a running back. We have a tight end. We have some cornerstone defensive players, and just see what happens.
Lions at the 7-point favorite Seahawks. I'm taking Seahawks now. I think it's not that they're going to be mad, and it's because it's the Lions.
Give me Jared Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown to cover. The Seahawks they're broken, and I don't know why they're broken. Some of the Lions.
I don't know how they can be essentially the same team.
They're
go to the last, and
they're not good right now. They're like 5-11 or something terrible. What's the next one?
Cardinals at the 6-point favorite Cowboys. I'm taking the Cowboys. The Cardinals seem broken.
Cardinals. If you're gonna give me 6 points, give me the Cardinals.
Good. I think the Cardinals. I don't think they have it. I don't feel it in them. Cowboys are rolling.
It's just a big spread.
That's who I want. I want Kellen Moore to be the Bears coach next year. I wanted Justin Fields to draft. And my buddy was. I had a delay on my draft apparently so he knew who they were picking. He's like, I know who you get. Vikings at the 7-point favorite Packers. Packers are fucking rolling.
Packers.
Fuck them. I fucking hate them.
Might be the best team in football right now.
They're playing like it. 3.5-point favorite Browns at the Steelers.
The Steelers are going to win this game. I don't think we're good, but we're going to win. It's just one of those things where we got embarrassed by the Chiefs, and we get embarrassedly beat down like that. We'll come out looking good. Tomlin came out and said that he's giving the keys to Ben the rest of the year. Call what he wants. It's Ben's last game in Heinz Field.
Yeah, he was trending this morning because of that.
So there's going to be some emotional stuff going on. It's like, we'll win that game.
I think
we could make. All right, so it's wild as if Pittsburgh beats Cleveland this week.
Does that eliminate Cleveland for the playoffs?
Yes. Loser of this game's out. If Pittsburgh beats Cleveland and the Chiefs beat the Bengals, And then next week, if the Cleveland beats the Bengals and the Steelers win,
they win the
we win the division, which is like shows you how ugly our division's been.
The AFC North is a lot like the NFC North in that they just beat the shit out of each other. Well, it's more like last year's AFC North is like them because every team beat the shit out of each other, and then there's one clear favorite, and last year was the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
But there we have it. We got a lot of scenes.
Pittsburgh actually won the division last year. Won our first 11 games, if you remember.
That's right. That's right. You know what throws me off is because how badly they got their fucking asses kicked by the Browns.
The rest of the season, we looked terrible, too.
It's weird. It was kind of like the...
We went 11-0 and then just looked awful after that.
There was an old sports movie that I've watched a couple of times on ESPN Classics.
Mm-hmm.
It was a basketball game about it was like the ABA. And
Jackie Moon.
A psychic came into the team and said, "You need to play this player right now," because of the way the astrology was, and it worked. This guy, he's just taking all the. It's a fucking like 5'5" white guy. He's like taking the charges, making free throws and shit. And
that's awesome.
I wish I could remember the name of it. The name of the team was like the Pittsburgh Pisces or something. It's a good movie, but I've never seen the title because it was. I'm not going to turn off a movie I'm watching to go to channel 2 to the TV Guide Network to watch what it was. I mean, I don't know. Last time I watched it was probably a sophomore in high school, so 2005. It was 16 years ago. I'll have to look up what that movie is. So real quick, before we do the fast food, we've already discussed some of the rules, but I do have to take a leak a little bit. So just give me a second, and I will come right back.
The fish that saved Pittsburgh.
That's it. Were the Pittsburgh Pisces?
Yep.
Man, look at that. I haven't seen that movie.
Starring Julius Erving.
Yeah, he was
Jonathan Witcher's Meadowlark Lemon. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is in the movie.
How crazy is it? You've probably never even heard of that movie in like these.
It's a cult film.
Oh, it's a cult classic.
It was filmed on location in Pittsburgh. Man, I want to watch that now.
Right.
It says it's a sports/fantasy comedy film.
Yeah. You're so intrigued. And I was like, Pittsburgh? I didn't.
It's got to be free on something weird like Tubi.
Yeah. The Roku channel, the Crackle.
Just because since it's so old.
I think it was what, 78?
$3 to rent on YouTube, Google Play. Doesn't look like it's on anything.
It was not. Like it was on ESPN Classics at 12 at night. I would just watch it when it was on like once a month, and I watched it a few times. Okay. Sophomore, junior year, because it was right before my dad finished the renovation of his house. The fish that saved Pittsburgh, yeah.
I'm gonna have to rent it. That's what it's gonna have to be. I'm intrigued.
Carl, you curious, huh?
Yep. All right. I guess do your leak so we can do our.
Yep. I'm gonna pick a song here. I don't know a song to play.
Not that one check song, because.
Oh yeah, that's off. I already removed that.
Then we can't do
When you say I miss
right, that was a quick song. My bad. Main cam. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so top 5 fast foods.
And we're ruling out pizza places.
Naturally. I don't. Yeah,
Domino's.
it could because and the only one I would consider fast food is fucking garbage anyway. That's Sbarro.
Yeah. You could also do Circle K pizza or Speedway if you would like. If you were gonna.
I mean, Racetrack's got pretty good pizza.
Yeah.
But I couldn't count gas stations. Because if that's the case, you may as well. If you're going to do sub shops, you could count Publix. And Publix, they got some damn good subs, and their chicken's ready. Just grab the chicken.
Speaking of sub shops, honorable mention Subway for me. It's the best of the sub places, in my opinion. Jimmy John's, you can't get pickles on your sandwich. So they're out.
Didn't even realize that.
Jersey Mike's, I'm not into the shredded lettuce, really. And then Penn Station, if your side's going to be French fries, I'm not going to a sub place to eat unhealthy. I want to go eat something really good. I love Pita Pit, though.
What about, you go to Firehouse yet?
I've been to Firehouse. That's all right. But Pita Pit, honestly, is probably my favorite.
What about Jason's Deli?
Never been to Jason's Deli.
There's another sub spot that I'm missing right now.
Firehouse, Jersey Mike's, Penn Station.
You said Jersey Mike's?
Yeah, Jersey Mike's, Penn Station, Jason's Deli.
To put Subway above both, yeah.
Subway's the classic.
I fucking already lost respect for you.
Here's the thing. Pita Pit is fantastic. But again, I'm not sure it's even fast food, but it's really good.
Is that even national?
Probably not. I mean, a lot of the sub places aren't.
So, if you want to talk about an honorable mention,
Penguin Plate?
I would have to put Beefaroo, and that's because it's a regional. It's essentially an Arby's, but a much better motif. Every single Beefaroo in the Midwest, it started in Michigan, is themed. So you pull up, it's a full-blown fire station.
Okay.
Or a police station, or they'll try to make it a classic restaurant or a jail.
Midwest, never heard of Beefaroo's.
It's in 3 states. It's Michigan. It has 2 of them.
What? Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota,
Illinois.
Just those 3 seem to be a thing.
And I'm pretty sure at this point, every single one's still owned by the same. It's super, but it's so good. Great cheese sauce. They do seasoned curly fries like Arby's. But the last time we were up there, I took Nicole there for the first time, and quality had dipped a bit. Still good, though. It's in my honorable mention just because it's, even when it's bad, it's still fresh and good.
Another honorable mention for me would be Wendy's.
Okay.
I think Wendy's is solid. Like a Frosty. But it's just not my top 5 because it's not a go-to. Someone's like, where do you want to go? I'm never like, Wendy's.
Well, it's also Wendy's is the one that, the Frosty,
it's delicious.
It's the only one bringing that to the game.
Yeah.
And Nicole talks about how much she hates malt, and I'm pretty sure that's what's in a Frosty to give it its. I think it's malted chocolate.
Yeah, I would assume so. Then my last honorable mention that doesn't make my top 5 is a higher quality. That's Culver's.
Okay, first off,
Culver's is fantastic.
You ruined it for me. That's my number 1.
Okay, that's fine. The Cambier is fantastic.
Why is it only an honorable mention and not top 5?
The only reason it didn't make my top 5 is only for me. I just don't go that often because of price. It's just more expensive than some of the other ones, so it's not and when I eat there, I just eat so bad. I just get a double butter burger and I want cheese curds and
onion rings.
It's just too much. I would never grab a lot of when I eat fast food, it's kind of a grab and go. If I eat that in the middle of my day,
you pull over and take a nap.
Like a nap, yeah. But it tastes delicious.
I'll do an honorable mention one more because it's It's another regional one, but it's becoming national because there's some in Illinois and there's some in Florida now, and that's Portillo's.
Oh, hot dogs.
Hot dogs and Italian beef. I only consider it fast food because you have to go there and they just call out your number and you just pick up your food. Like, there's no serving, there's no nothing. And it takes like 5 minutes to get your food, but it's because it's so fucking busy.
All right. Well, I'll start my top 5, and you can just judge me. Number 5 for me, White Castle. It's not good. I'm not going to pretend that it's good. I love going there, though, and just getting like 8 things.
I won't judge you.
I like their fries.
I've never been to White Castle.
Okay. Well, it's not great. I know that.
But
It's my number 5. But the burgers are soggy. They're wet, which is
they're
weird.
steamed, yeah.
But like, you get a couple of those. You have some chicken rings. You get the onion chips. Their fries are good. They have Moz sticks. I just like you can get so many different things in these little containers, and I like a variety. So that's
I'm a
what's my
buffet
5.
eater, so like that's. I've been to a Crystal's, and I've been told that there's really no comparison. That White Castle is just significantly better than a Crystal's.
I've never been to a Crystal's.
You have to go to Naples, so you got to drive over an hour to get there. But although I've never been to White Castle, I had my first frozen White Castles when I was like 5 or 6. And since I've moved to Florida, there's probably not more than a month gone by that there hasn't been a box in my freezer for when that's right. Like, I love a White Castle burger.
They're solid.
We always have now
the
because
little
it's
onions.
the minced, yeah. We always have now because they're carried in the big stores is the jalapeno cheeseburgers.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be you could only get it Big Lots down here.
No, I mean, it's. I don't know. And the worst part about White Castle is those burgers are like $1 a piece, and they're not big.
2 bites. I could stuff one,
Yeah.
but out of respect for the food, I take 2 bites.
Like, and they're open like all day, and so I used to always go on Black Friday because they're open every day of the year, and they're open almost 24 hours. So I'd go there 4 a.m. on Black Friday and just pound just grease. Good hungover food.
So you had a White Castle in Indiana where you were at?
There are a lot of White Castles in Indiana.
If there's
Yeah,
ever a
I've
reason
seen
to
it.
go up there.
Yeah.
Is the fried pork tenderloin sandwich as big there as like Food Network makes it seem?
There's one at every restaurant.
Okay. That is a thing.
No, yeah. Every restaurant in Indiana has a fried pork tenderloin.
Always.
To the point where like people say you can't get them outside of Indiana. I'm like, that's not true. You can.
First off, Culver's has one.
Yeah.
And it's good.
But
Is the rule to
Indiana
put it?
is where they started.
Is it the rule like you're supposed to get like a dab of mustard and pickle on it?
I don't want mustard on mine because we've been over that one.
I know
but
you don't, but like that's the way, right?
a lot of pickle, mustard's popular. Mayonnaise might be the most popular. Again, not really me.
I
but
could probably. I'm such a fucking tub of lard. I could probably eat mayonnaise by the spoon. There's vanilla ice cream.
mayonnaise and pickles on a tenderloin's the norm, I believe. But yeah, the weirdest thing about tenderloins from Indiana is like you get like a normal bun
In a
and then it's
a
just
plate,
like,
right? Yeah.
like most places, like you go to like most bars in Indiana, I'd be like, can I get an extra bun? And then I would just rip it in half, and then I would eat
2 sandwiches.
or I'd eat one and bring one home. But tenderloins they're really good. I don't know why they're not more normalized. It's just fried pork. Like, I don't know why that hasn't caught on to just being in most bars.
Because Cisco and Cheney Brothers sell, you can get a box of 500 chicken patties for like $40. So like, there's a cost effectiveness
There
to
is
it.
a cost difference, but yeah, tenderloins are more expensive when you go to those restaurants. But there's a place called Nick's Kitchen in can't remember city, some stupid small city in Indiana that had made the first ever tenderloin. And I've been there, and they still make them, and they're tremendous. I mean, the place has been open for 100 years, and I go there, get that, and a slice of pie. Any place that's been open for 100 years that's serving pie, you get the pie. That is one of the most underrated things, is like, go somewhere that old people go and get like a slice of coconut cream pie or apple pie or whatever tickles your fancy, and just
You're a Floridian now. If you're going to go to a place that serves pie, it's got to be like a key lime pie. I'm not even a fan of it. I'm not a fan of key lime pie.
I hear you, but I'm going to get my coconut cream and I'm going to enjoy it.
We don't do it well here.
What?
We don't do coconut cream as well here. Like key lime.
It's fine. Coconut cream is fantastic. You don't have to do it well for it to still be good.
Then I'm just going to do a banana
Yeah, that's fine.
banana cream pie.
Pie's good.
I love pie.
I'm a pie over cake guy.
Absolutely.
But there are people who...
I'm a crumble over pie guy, though.
The weird thing is that's like not even the popular decision. I was in an argument with someone saying that pie is better than cake, and that's just a fact. So we did like a big poll thing, and like cake slightly won out of like hundreds of people.
I don't even eat cake at birthday parties.
No, how does birthday cake compete with pie? I really don't understand, because like pie is you either get a warm pie or a cream pie, both of which are better than cake. The only I like ice cream cake, but that's not even in cheesecake. But again, we're changing it at this point.
Well, you want to go that far? Banana pudding is served on a bed of vanilla wafers with vanilla wafers on top. It's essentially a pie. It's just it's a crust.
Yeah, pie is good. I don't know. I don't get it, but anyway.
But absolutely, I'm a crumble over a pie guy. Like apple crisp or peach cobbler, like crumbles. If you can give me that streusel shit that's on top, I'll take that over pie.
Chocolate chip cookies, that were probably my favorite dessert.
Basic, yeah. Give me some.
That ice cream cheesecake. I don't. It doesn't take much to impress me.
Did he step out, or did he? I think he stayed in it and they called him down.
Yep, that sucks. All right, so what do you have for you, number 5?
The drunken special. Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
The reason
College days.
I'm putting it on there, it's not cheap like it used to be. Like their price increase has gone significantly higher than
unless you buy whatever their new thing is. That's the weird thing about Taco Bell. If you're buying what came out last week, it's underpriced.
Their price has grown more than inflation has significantly.
Well, like, especially for tacos. Tacos have skyrocketed.
They
They're
used to be
$1.80 now.
Yeah, they used to be 69 cents, I think.
Although you can get a burrito at Taco Bell, a pretty big burrito for $1.
But they've also eliminated their, like my favorite, like there was the Frito burrito. It was $1. That was a fucking killer. But they didn't make enough money on it, so they took it off the fucking menu.
They did that with Doritos Locos Tacos, and they brought it back, and that was their number one moneymaker.
I love it.
They're really
I
good.
eat it. I don't even make it out of the line before I'm unwrapping it.
They sell, like, other companies now are selling nacho cheese Dorito things.
I
as
buy
groceries.
El Paso. Yeah, El Paso. I get it all the time.
It's a game changer.
Whoever got that should probably own Taco Bell.
Yeah. Honestly, all right, just a little timeout on the Taco Bell thing. PepsiCo, they own Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, KFC, Long John Silver's, I believe, is their whatever.
That's their big money loser.
You know what they love though? Boxes. They love their box deals, and that's something that's just not talked about enough. KFC has like 8 boxes. Taco Bell has a different box every 3 days. I can't keep up with what. He's like, you drive up to Taco Bell, it's like, what box do you have?
You
This
want the $5 meal deal?
Yeah, which one is it this week? What's in it? Because sometimes it's like, oh, it's like this weird thing that you don't want and 2 tacos. It's like, no, I don't want that. But then sometimes you go and they're like, it's a burrito, 2 tacos, nachos, and a drink, and a cookie. And you're like, oh my God, yeah, give me that one. Like, you can give me 9 items for $5, sure.
When you talk about honorable mentions, there's one I want to bring up, but it's super regional, and there's only like 9 of them in the whole world. And that's Taco John's. You know the crispy crowns that you can get in the frozen food section? They're little round potatoes. You probably had them at lunch in school.
Burger King does them for breakfast.
Those are the ones. Taco John's has what they call potato olays.
I think Burger King has the best breakfast of the places. I love myself some Cindy Minis.
Have you had Wendy's?
No, well, I don't really eat breakfast.
Their chicken's so great. This is the thing.
I don't really eat breakfast, just period. But like, Cindy Minis though.
I don't eat sweets for breakfast. I don't eat sweets for breakfast at all. I don't like it at all. Salt.
If I'm eating breakfast, I'm eating garbage. I'm eating a cinnamon roll or like cake, birthday cake. I don't like birthday cake, but if I can have cold birthday cake for breakfast, for some reason that's okay with me.
That's fair.
Like if cake with like mousse in the middle, chocolate
mousse
case with mousse in the middle. That's how I want to start my day.
I don't know how you're not 300 pounds again.
Yeah, because I don't do it. Like
I have watched you eat 3 cupcakes in a minute and a half. So like,
dude, no, I had a friend in college, and he used to tell me, he goes, when I was in college, my metabolism was fairly fast, and he was like, I don't understand that you were not just the fattest person I've ever met, because one time he left to go to the liquor store after I was just hammered, and I'd ordered pizza.
This was Zach out.
Oh yeah, and he leaves. He said he was gone 15 minutes. Comes back, and he goes, I'm like, I don't feel good. And he's like, are you drinking too much? I'm like, I must have. He goes, where's your pizza? It's like, oh, I ate that. He's like, the 14-inch pizza? You ate that in 15 minutes? My cat's gone. He goes, you got the big, where are the breadsticks? And I was like, oh, I ate those. So I had ate 10 breadsticks and a 14-inch pizza in like 10 minutes. And then I didn't feel great.
Your best Kobayashi, huh?
So I threw it up because you can't eat that much.
Had no place to go.
And I had already been drinking for hours, so like there was no room for it. But
beer belly.
And he used to make fun of me because we go to B-Dubs, and I would get 30 wings, and I would eat like, I don't know, 20 of them. And I'm like, I can't eat anymore. I'm full. And then we'd sit there, and he'd drink his beer, and then I'd get home, and I'd microwave my wings and eat the rest of them. And he's like, he's just like, we just got home. I want my wings.
Now it's a snack.
Yeah. It's been 20 minutes, so I'm hungry again.
We do that. So, Taco John's.
Oh, yeah.
They have those, the breakfast hash browns, but they have their own special seasoning. It's just Olay seasoning. There's recipes out there. You can get them. But like when you talk about box deals, Taco John's has one box deal. It's called 6-pack and a pound. You can get 6 tacos, however, you can have 5 hard and a soft, any variation, and then literally a pound of potato Olays stuffed in a bag with a wax linered thing to keep them in, like 5 guys, like a pound of potato Olays just lying in it. It's only in broke neighborhoods. You ever been to a place like, oh, they only put like Dollar Tree,
like Church's Chicken?
Yeah, it's always in broke places. Popeyes.
Yeah.
Taco John's up north, they're only in broke places.
Wingstop.
I've never been to one, but man, I hear good
they're
things.
usually in places that aren't safe. Like, I like Wingstop, but like when you look on a map, it's always like kind of a bad part of town, not a good part of town. They kind of gravitate.
A lot of gun stores, a lot of gun shops right there. Huh?
Yeah. Speaking of that, there was a place in Muncie. It was like only like a Muncie place where I went to college.
Isn't it super?
It was called
Amish.
No, but people seem to think that. But yeah, no.
You know why? Kingpin.
Yeah. Yep. But Max. It's called Max, and they had a box thing for breakfast, and you got biscuits and gravy and hash browns together for like $3. And like I would be like, give me 2 of those. Talk about, it was good hangover food too.
I love biscuits and gravy.
Biscuits and gravy is so good.
I could eat that for any meal.
I've been craving
I didn't mean to
biscuits
play
and
footsie with
gravy.
you there.
I've been craving biscuits and gravy recently.
You know, me too. I bought the stuff for it, but then I forgot I was on call, so I couldn't have it. So
I'm dying to have some biscuits and gravy.
She made what is it with the hollandaise sauce? Eggs Benedict. She made that for her family instead, and I didn't get it.
That is the biggest person to run out for passes I've ever seen. But
he's huge.
That's a thick player.
Number 4 for him.
What was your number? Oh, talk about number 4, KFC.
Okay.
I just love chicken, so one of them had to make it.
I can't put it on there ever since they got rid of the KFC Twister sandwich when I was in 7th grade.
That's fine, but the chicken littles are very, very good. I don't really ever get those, but the chicken tenders on the bread are delicious. Their chicken sandwiches are great. They're fried like a bucket of fried chicken from KFC. It's actually really good. You get the extra crispy, and like so much so that I get irritated when I get like fried chicken from like Publix or from.
Unless it's Publix, they'll leave it under the light too long.
It doesn't matter. Like grocery store, it doesn't compete. A grocery store fried chicken does not compete with KFC.
Well, Colonel Sanders says that shit sucks.
Those herbs and spices, man.
Yeah, 11.
I mean, those extras, the extra crispy. It's really
It's the only way to do it.
It's so good.
Talk about PepsiCo and KFC and Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. The Chicken Littles.
They're good.
They brought the Little chicken to Taco Bell over the summer, served on a fresh, doughy pita, and it was literally just served with like it was a mayo chipotle sauce.
It's probably amazing.
It was fucking delicious, and it was only $1.20. Like, well, they are snack size, so you might want to get a couple. I was like, well, give me 3 then. So it was like a full chicken little sandwich.
I'll take 7.
But
that's $8.40. New math.
But it was like a perfect amount, and she's like, no, this is a summertime only.
So they're hybrids, the Taco Bell KFC hybrids. The only thing that bothered me is why can't they do a crossover?
I would love a box of mixed.
You know how just give me like a taco, like 2 chicken tenders. That sounds awesome. Like throw that stuff together.
What do you mean you can't do it? You can.
You can order it that way. But I'm saying they love their box meals. They should have,
so you truly mean like a meal prep that way?
They should. They do the box meals. They change it every week. They should have a box with like.
We don't even have a KFC Taco Bell anymore. Like
they had one in Port Charlotte. And they're closing them everywhere. I don't know why. I don't know if it's too hard.
Closed the one in Venice already. It's only a Taco Bell now.
And the one that's the same thing that happened to the one in Port Charlotte too. It's already closed. I think they're just going away from those. It's too hard.
I understand it.
I think it's just too hard.
I think it's a overhead loss.
Yeah, it's just too much work.
Hey, if you gone to the KFC buffet?
I haven't. I had before. I haven't been to this one.
We should go sometime. It's never gonna be my number 4, but
talk about eating healthy. We should just go to a fried chicken buffet.
Cheat meal.
Yeah.
Let's go there and we'll hang out. We will broadcast. We'll take that and we'll record an episode from the buffet.
The weird thing about KFC though, like, it's fine if it's number 4, but like their gravy's pretty good. Like,
you know what? They have the best fucking coleslaw.
They're pretty good. I mean, they don't mess around. Their chicken sandwich is fantastic.
My mom doesn't even like coleslaw. She'll eat a whole side.
KFC's solid. Anyway, all right, you number 4.
My number 4 is honestly my favorite true burger joint that's truly fast food is Burger King.
Burger King.
I love a Whopper. The ketchup mayonnaise mix that they have.
Their French fries are an embarrassment.
Good thing I don't ever get them.
No, you get onion rings, right?
Fuck yeah. I love a minced onion ring.
It's weird to me.
They've tried.
How weird is it that so when they do the battle, for the longest time, now it's just Starbucks and Subway. Like Starbucks is number 2 somehow in sales for fast food, and like Subway's way up there. But you're like Wendy's and Burger King used to fight each other, and neither one of them have French fries. How hard is it to do good French fries?
Have you not had the new Wendy's French fries?
I haven't. Are they better?
Just go.
Okay.
They updated. It's December now. They released them like the last week of October.
Oh, okay. But I mean, it's weird. Isn't it weird that Wendy's and Burger King for
I think that's the
decades have struggled to have good French fries?
I think that's what held Burger King from being number 1 back. Like that was the thing, because
they'll never catch McDonald's if your fries aren't good.
It's absolutely true.
You can't.
But I will say, McDonald's I think did close like close to 1,000 stores over the last couple of years.
They have a vice grip on them. They're so far ahead still. It's going to take a lot to catch them. But still, it was weird to me that it's like how are Burger King, Wendy's doing as well as they have when like everyone is like the fries are terrible.
Well, for the longest time what kept Wendy's in it, they had the 5 for $5, which is gone now.
Before that even. I'm talking
chili,
about
because they were the only
ago.
honestly because they were the only place that had like chili.
Fries.
So like in the Midwest and stuff, that's a good stranglehold to have in a cold weather day.
And salads, they win on salads.
They have good salads.
I don't understand what Burger King had. I like chicken fries. I love their chicken fries.
So did Nicole. No, they don't. They were gone for like 5 years though.
They're back now
because they're the only ones that have a flame broiled burger. So like, there's a true taste difference.
Mm-hmm.
They have the freshest veggies that you put on a sandwich. Like their onions are like so fresh. Sometimes they will burn your mouth because they're
Burger King's fries. I mean, their fries are embarrassing bad.
You're right. You're right.
Like even the Wendy's ones, like of old, and then they did the sea salt ones for a while. Like they were never great, but they weren't terrible. Like Burger Burger Kings are actually kind of gross.
So the only reason
Like,
I would ever get them,
throw them away, and then just eat the rest of it.
the reason I would actually get their French fries is because I love Burger King's barbecue sauce.
Oh, yeah, but
So I would dip my fries in their sauce.
just get the onion rings. Dip your onion rings in the sauce.
It doesn't taste the same. If I'm gonna get the onion rings, I'm gonna take their zesty sauce, which is delicious.
All right, get the chicken fries. Dip that in the barbecue sauce.
I would, but I want a Whopper.
Get them both.
I don't mix two. Nope, chicken fries are an entree. Whopper's an entree. And Burger King has 2 for $6 all the time. So I get a Whopper and an OCS, baby, an original chicken sandwich. Football, the football chicken sandwich. I love that motherfucker so much.
You like that thing?
And Burger King was the first and one of the only who have ever dipped their toes in the sourdough bun. When Shrek came out, it's a fun, like, it is one of those core memories. Burger King released the Shrek burger. It was a Whopper, but it had white American cheese instead of regular American, bacon on it, and grilled sourdough bread. And it was so good. And it came back about 3 years ago. Came back for 6 months or so. I ate like 15, 20, 30, maybe 40. And then it was gone again. Just like Taco Bell, who has my favorite taco of all time, Chicken Bacon Ranch Chalupa.
Taco Bell's weird. They have a lot of big things they get rid of. They ordered their Mexican pizza for environmental reasons, I was told. But the box that they put it in, I don't...
Probably killing the tiny species of animal that they put in it.
I don't know. All right, top 3. Number 3 for me, Taco Bell.
I'm with you, man.
It's just solid. I love going. I love the variety. I complain about the turnover, but I also like going there and being like, "What the heck is that new thing? I want to try it." What was it they did? Shredded cheese on the outside of a chalupa.
Yeah,
that was like fried. That
grilled,
was amazing.
Didn't even try it.
It was fantastic.
I'm someone who loves food so much, and I always want to try this stuff, and then it's like, I don't want to wait in the drive-thru line. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. Taco Bell it's a safety net. I like to go.
You talk about things off the menu. Fucking McDonald's. Since this fucking pandemic, I have not been able to get a steak, egg, and cheese bagel. Pissed off. I have tweeted McDonald's no less than 5 times. I'm followed by a guy on Twitter. His username is @BringBackTheBagel. And the snack wrap. Nicole talks about that. Not a week has gone by since the pandemic started. How much she wishes she could spend her $3.13 for one snack wrap and a medium Coke. That's it. Every single day, that was her lunch. Bring it back, McDonald's. Please.
Please.
I was part of the pilot program. I'll never forget. My McDonald's getting to be like, oh, we had to insert the stuff into the Q codes because we didn't have a button that just said McChicken or snack wrap.
All right, number 3.
Fazoli's.
Solid. Remember when they tried to charge you for endless breadsticks?
I do.
That little window of time. It's dark days.
I had another fond memory. My dad jokingly said,
"Oh, Rook, sorry.
No, go ahead.
My wife loves Fazoli's and always wants to get it to go. I'm like, you know what doesn't work to go? All you can eat breadsticks doesn't work to go. So I wanted to pay extra for bread. I don't know. Still a little heated.
Don't you?
She doesn't like eating inside fast food joints, but it's all you eat breadsticks. You can't do that to go.
There's a guy walking around with a fucking basket.
Yeah, so you have to pay for your breadsticks. Sore subject.
When you get it to go, don't they only put like 2 in like a sleeve, like utensils?
If Bethy and I get divorced, I'm gonna call you and be like, let's go sit inside of Fazoli's somewhere.
I don't know where the closest one is.
It's like an hour and a half, but we're gonna drive.
It's that close?
I think so.
We might have to go to Fazoli's.
We'll just drive there and sit in.
I thought it was like 6 hours.
Just stuff our face with breadsticks inside the restaurant.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a sampler platter.
Just set up shop from 11 to like 8 p.m.
Yeah, so another core memory. I was there. It was my grandma Meyer who died. It was her favorite. That was her favorite place to go. Like, we used to go to Ponderosa's.
Ponderosa's good.
We used to go there for buffet on Sundays, but then time passed and it was just like Fazoli's was way closer.
I would just eat the wings and the rolls.
I used to get the tacos. They had a little taco bar.
I loved their wings, and they were just breaded wings.
Yeah,
A little kick to them.
Which you can actually get in Illinois. There's a chicken outlet mall. That's where they get it from. We were get our own thing. My dad always got the sampler, and I got something a little different. But they have great paninis. I forgot about those. The guy's walking around giving out breadsticks, and there's like 6 of us. He goes, "Why don't you just bring out a whole pan for us, like instead of just having to keep coming back?" He literally brought out from the oven the cookie sheet full. We did not make much of a dent because you can fit like 55. And he just sat the pan down on a sheet. And then since they were there, I felt bad. And my dad's like, "Well, what do you want us to do?" He goes, "Just take them." So for 3 days, I ate cold breadsticks that were just sitting on the oven, just wrapped in paper towels.
That's amazing. They had a good $5 lunch special for a while. Where you got like 2 entrees, so I get like a half portion or something of spaghetti, a slice of pizza.
I've never had their pizza.
It's solid.
If you like the Pat McAfee show, turns out because they're in like Indiana, they're huge fans of Fazoli's. The name of the most recent episode
on Monday nights, there's a special there. By the way, it was a whole pizza and like 10 breadsticks for $10 and 2 drinks. My dad and I got that one night. It was 2 drinks, a whole pizza, 10 breadsticks for $10.
The title of the episode.
The heart of Italy.
That's what they started calling it in that episode. But they love Fazoli's up in Indiana, apparently.
Oh yeah, it's huge there. Delicious. So what about 2? All right, number 2. It's my heart. This is my biggest heart pick of them all. Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen. No shit. I didn't think you'd pick an ice cream joint.
Oh, I love Dairy Queen. I get the chicken basket.
The tender basket?
Yep. Their chicken tenders are fantastic.
They are. They truly are. You're right.
And then, you know me, I'm a ketchup guy. So I dip my tenders in ketchup. So then I have this sauce dilemma. Their fries aren't very good either. But with the sauce, I will get their zesty queso. And I'll dip my fries in that. And it doesn't matter what your fries taste like if you're dipping them in warm queso.
That's true.
And then it comes with garlic bread, which is
they're Texas toast.
Yeah, it's so good. Why isn't that more normalized?
You're right.
You're right. Delicious. And
I usually just eat the Texas toast before I even touch the meal.
Yeah, so good. And then they have blizzards. Peanut butter parfaits. Even freezies. Have you had a freezie from Dairy Queen?
I haven't been to Dairy Queen in like 4 years.
But all right. So have you ever had a freezie from Dairy Queen?
Is that their slushies?
See, people don't know what a freezie is, and it bothers me because it's not on the menu, but you can still order it. So,
okay, Mr. Offmark.
I know, but it's been around. They took it off the menu. It used to be part of it, so they take it on and off the menu. They can't decide whether they want to keep it permanent, but it is a slushie. But they fill it halfway, and they fill the other half with ice cream, and they blend it up, and it is.
So it's all creamsicle.
Oh, it's so good. Like you get a blueberry one. Like blueberry slushy mixed with ice cream. It's really good.
I could see that hearty vanilla with citricy blueberry. I could see that.
It's really good. But yeah, Dairy Queen. Like I said, and their burgers are good, but I'm a huge chicken tender guy. So I love going there, getting my chicken tenders, my Texas toast, and dipping my fries in the queso, and then you can get a blizzard. And who does it? Blizzards are, that's the best dessert of any fast food restaurant. Is a blizzard, in my mind.
I'm still on the Frosty.
You would prefer a Frosty to a blizzard.
Yeah, texture changes.
That's true, but...
Just like Nicole gets mad at me every time she gets a McFlurry.
If I can get a cookie dough blizzard or an M&M blizzard or a Reese's Cup blizzard... blizzards are...
Maybe it's because I just don't get it enough. But like Nicole goes and gets a McFlurry. She'll just crave one, and then she'll get an Oreo. And I can't fucking stand an Oreo McFlurry.
I'm an M&M McFlurry guy.
See, because there's a true drastic difference of the crunch. She just likes that. I was like, well, babe, why don't you just fucking throw 7 or 8 Oreos into a glass of milk? I can't stand that. It feels like a failed dessert to me. Yeah. You're right.
The thing, yeah. That is, I mean, honestly, if we're talking about like just favorite tasting fast food joint, that would be my favorite. Would be Dairy Queen. I feel like no one talks about Dairy Queen though.
The reason why it was not my draw, which I think has changed now, but all growing up,
well, they have onion rings, Dairy Queen too, delicious.
Dairy Queen didn't have chocolate. They had chocolate syrup and vanilla ice cream.
They have chocolate ice cream now.
I think they changed it, but they flawed it because that's not how I want it. I don't want to mix the two. I want it from birth.
They have always had chocolate ice cream, but they never did it in their blizzards. Now they do. Like my sister will get the chocolate one with like brownie and like fudge, and calm down on the chocolate there. Like that's chocolate overload for me, and I can't handle that. But
as I get older, I can't do that either.
But like, another cool thing is like the kids meals at Dairy Queen. You can get a grilled cheese at Dairy Queen for the kids. That's an awesome kids meal. Sometimes kids won't eat
picky
the other
fuckers
stuff. Yeah.
will eat a grilled cheese.
And you know what's also cool? Kids meal comes with either an ice cream cone, a dilly bar, or an ice cream sandwich.
I think a dilly bar doesn't get enough credit.
Dilly bars are great. I like the butterscotch.
There's a simple.
I like the butterscotch dilly bar.
A dilly bar takes me back to, like a Flintstones push-up, the orange sickle.
And my grandma, and Dairy Queen also plays in my heart because my grandma loves it. So me and my grandma used to go to Dairy Queen a lot. And I want, it's delicious.
But so it's truly one of those core memory things.
Yeah. And my grandma and I used to go to Applebee's, was our other place. Every year for my birthday, we go to Applebee's. And me and her would split the butter pecan blondie.
It feels like both of us are going to leave off the consensus number one in the United States.
We'll see. What's number two?
My number two, it was going to be a certain restaurant, but I'm going to switch it now because it was a T1. Like, that's where I was a tie for one. I'm going to put my number two now as Culver's. But that's because growing up, it was a Wisconsin-only restaurant. And it was the only fast food joint. You could go there on Friday nights and get a fucking full-blown pot roast, mashed potatoes, like a...
You know what they should do there? They should have a burger there with cheese curds on it.
They have had that.
I was just saying, because I mean, the cheese curds and their butter burgers, they really are.
A better brand of beef makes a butter burger better.
They really are good. I mean, they really are quite good.
And I think
also they're the one fast food joint that I choose a burger as my meal.
They're one of the few restaurants, like, their a la carte for their toppings is like substantial. You know, like, everything comes plain, like onions, pickle, lettuce, relish, tomato. Like, they have a full 8-10 things you can put on your burger. But man, a double bacon butter burger is just...
I just need that and pickles. I don't even need anything else.
Oh, I get it.
No, I mean, you can put stuff on it, but I'm saying if it was just a double butter burger with cheese and you just slap pickles on it, like, that's all I need.
Simple is great. It's when you talk about chicken tenders, boy howdy.
See, I'm not a chicken tender guy at Culver's.
No, because I love the burger so much. But me and Nicole are fatty fucks. We get those to eat on the ride home.
See, I don't really like their chicken tenders. See, have you ever got the family-sized curd?
No, we normally order a couple sides of curds.
So if you order a family-sized curd,
it's a big old bucket, huh?
Like that. Just fill that sucker.
I'll have to try that. How much is that? Because like it's
like $10.
You save a lot of money.
It's by far the cheapest way to get them. Yeah. Oh, and I always forget it's called family size, so I'm always like the fatty. He's like, "What's the biggest curds you got?" Like, we have a family size one. I'm like, "Give me that," and they're like, "Oh, okay."
Culver's is also the first time I ever had a fried pork tenderloin sandwich.
Delicious.
Besides their odd, truly family meals with the pot roast, they used to do. They
do frozen yogurt, which is okay.
It's custard.
Frozen custard.
Get it right. A turtle custard is fucking delicious.
No, it is good.
That was the first time I had a custard.
It's good.
And now down here,
beneath the blizzard, but it's good.
They're gonna ruin the company. Freddy's is down here, which is just a custard company. Mm-hmm. They're gonna go out of business because I can get Butterburger and custard. They do a good fish fry.
But I can say that. I can't say enough that it is impressive that I get a burger there. I mean,
you're such not a burger
chicken person. chicken is my go-to. Like I raved about the chicken. I have KFC on my list. Raved about the chicken at KFC. I like chicken fries at Burger King. Raved about the chicken at Dairy Queen. Wendy's, I love getting. I mean, I'll get a burger from Wendy's, but I'm getting nuggets. Like there will be nuggets.
Oh yeah, 5
that
piece.
will be eaten.
I miss Wendy's doing that. The 5 nuggets for $1. It's not a thing anymore. Next time, I can't guarantee.
All right, Burger King. Also, when we talked about that, the worst nuggets
of the big 3.
They're not good nuggets, but I would still get them because they're like $1.50 for 10.
They're the cheapest, yeah.
Why are they free? They're not good, but you find a delicious sauce.
Touchdown. Wait, what? I don't know who that flags. It's got to be a defensive because he just mossed them. He's gonna be a top 10 nominee.
All right, so number 1.
I miss SportsCenter doing that. Top 10 nominees.
You ready for number 1 then?
I am. I'm gonna go because I feel like you're gonna fuck me because you already fucked me with Culver's.
Okay.
But next time, not next time you come over, but next time we plan something, I will make you my burger.
No, I like burgers a lot.
just like how I have my wing recipe and my mom can't get enough. Like she says I make the best wings in the world. I do have a bit of a signature smash burger, which is how Culver's makes theirs.
Like I do love burgers. It's just
chicken over. I'm with you.
Well, no, because I love burgers, like the way they taste. I don't often love fast food burgers because they're not restaurant quality. Like when you get like a sit down restaurant, to where chicken is easier to compete with. Like a KFC chicken tender is just as good as most sit down chicken tenders.
The worst thing about
because you can only do so much to a tender.
They've done this fried chicken sandwich battle ever since Popeyes released theirs. Mm-hmm. Now I'm all for everyone's. Burger King's is fucking phenomenal.
The King, I haven't had it yet.
It's the Chicken now, but that's when it first came out. That wasn't what it was called. McDonald's ruined theirs because they wanted to re-release one to compete with everyone else's, and they got rid of their buttermilk chicken. That one was fucking fire. This one now they have sucks, but the Chicken is fucking awesome. And if you like hot, the spicy one is this was warm. I like the original. My number 1, Arby's.
Ugh.
Really?
That'd be my least favorite.
Oh my goodness! Where else can you get?
I don't care about a high and cheese. I don't care about roast beef. Their curly fries are fantastic.
And their queso. Cheese sauce.
I'm a chicken guy, and I don't really like their chicken that much. And they don't have burgers there either.
Nicole likes their buffalo chicken slider, but I don't go there for that. I go there for their market fresh sandwiches. Where else can you go for a fast food joint that serves you a delicious gyro?
Yeah.
Their roast beef sandwiches are that's the only fast food place that you're gonna get a fucking hot, delicious, and their Arby's sauce is delicious. Their market fresh sandwiches are all fresh cut turkey, ham, roast beef, and that's if you're more health conscious, something that's not deep fried, and you don't want a salad, it is the tits. Their Dr. Pepper is delicious. I'm not even a huge Dr. Pepper person, but they must have a special recipe. And the Jamocha shake is the bomb. I don't drink coffee ever, but I'll get a Jamocha shake. Where else can a fucking man crush over them? Oh, and the last couple months they've released a bunch of different items, including a short rib sandwich, which is 12 hours slow roasted with barbecue sauce. They are competing. But if you're not on board, I get it.
It's fine. It's just not my thing.
I crave Arby's all the time, and I can't get it because every motherfucker around here is also craving it, and I'm not going to wait a line of 14 people and wait.
And they're not very fast in the drive-thru.
They're not as quick. They're not the fastest of fast food. But Arby's is the tits. I love it.
So you get stuck in a long line there, you might be there a little bit.
It's one of the reasons I go to Target. Oh, we're done Target shopping? Well, let's go to Arby's. But in Venice, there's an Arby's that's right next to the KFC by Bird Bay Plaza. That one is cars waiting out into the street. If you go there from 11 o'clock on till 1 o'clock, 15 cars. Well, I'm not waiting an hour. I love Arby's. I just wish I could get it more. To you, sir.
McDonald's. It's the best.
It's not the best.
The best.
Why is it the best?
It's the GOAT. It's the GOAT in fast food. Here's why. It's reliable.
It's the
The reliability.
I will give you the credit for this. It's by far the highest selling by not even close margins.
Yeah, I'm saying the reliability of just like how many times like I get tired of people who are like act too good for McDonald's. First of all, they can shut up. Like, oh, I never. Yes, you do. You're out and you're just like, I need to grab food. There's McDonald's there and there and there and there and there. And they're cheap. They're fast. I don't think I've ever been to a McDonald's and been like, this food's cold. Or this food's like, you know what I mean? Like
the one by here has with the French fries, but that's it.
Like,
it's only the fries. It's never the burger.
No, I mean like their food's the same. Like I don't know how they do that so well to where like it's not like Wendy's. I've had times where with Wendy's like where my nuggets are like soggy.
Yeah.
Like and like that happens at other restaurants. But like McDonald's are they're pretty reliable. Again, being a chicken guy, the best affordable chicken sandwich is the McChicken. It's not close.
And I will say the one thing I truly love about it, they're the only chicken sandwich that you get that puts an adequate amount of mayo on it. Because I'm a mayo guy.
And they even get mayo. I ate it without mayo because I'm not a mayo guy. But I'm like, they've raised the price like $1.30 or whatever.
Worth it.
But whatever. There's nowhere else close. You get the dollar chicken sandwich at Wendy's, it's trash. Like the cheap chicken sandwich at McDonald's, the McChicken is far and away the best chicken sandwich. That's cheap. And then their fries are good. The McNuggets are kind of almost slept on. Like they're not the best, but they're pretty good. And then McDonald's breakfast is solid.
Used to be.
No, but it's solid. Their soda is always on point.
Their sausage, egg, and cheese bagel doesn't get enough credit.
Yeah, but like their soda is always on point at McDonald's. I do miss the chicken selects. I don't know. Did you ever have a chicken select?
That
was part of the.
That's what's part of the McChicken, or the snack wrap.
Yeah,
sorry.
But like when they have the chicken selects themselves, those are so good. I love playing Monopoly at McDonald's. It's stupid, but I love the stupid Monopoly game. I eat a McRib every couple years and realize it's not my thing, but I do it anyway. McDonald's is just, I mean, the McCafe is good. They're.
You love the McRib?
No. As I get it every couple years, I'm always like, why did I get this? I would have rather had something else. But as of the McCafe that they started, 10 years ago probably now, with the smoothies, the coffees, like that, it's solid. Their chocolate chip cookies are good. The Happy Meal is probably like the kids' meal. Their toys there are elite.
Yeah, that's. I mean, almost the only ones doing it now.
I mean, their toys. I mean, McDonald's is just like I said. I do get sick. Like, they are by far the cheapest of the fast food joints.
I'm a huge fan of McNuggets. It's one of the only ones that I'll get, and I will immediately dive. I'll put it on my armrest and I'll just start fucking wolfing them down.
Yeah, no, and I love going to McDonald's and getting like fries, a McChicken, and like a McDouble or something. Like,
I do double cheeseburger, add mac sauce.
That's fine. But McDonald's is, I mean, I do, like, McDonald's gets a lot of hate because for some reason it's like a fun thing to like, I hate McDonald's, I'm hating on McDonald's, I'm cool for some reason because I don't like the most popular restaurant in the world. Like, like, that's the funny thing is I remember when I went to Rome, we had a tour guide who was like saying Italy is the best food in the world. He goes, every country has Italian restaurants. And he's like, what country are you from? And this person's like, England. He goes, fish and chips. Yeah. And he's like doing that for every country, And then he asked us, he's like, I'm going to work for America. And he's like, oh, McDonald's, blah. And I was like, you have 4 McDonald's. I've passed 4 McDonald's to get here.
I can see 4 McDonald's.
From my hotel to here, you have 4 McDonald's. How many of your restaurants from Italy do we have in the United States? None. And we have, yes, we have Italian food here, but it's not real Italian food. We've Americanized it. That's real McDonald's. You have our actual McDonald's. It serves beer here because you guys are kind of cool and you let us drink beer at fast food. But it's McDonald's. Like, if I get a McChicken or a Big Mac, it is a Big Mac and it is a McChicken. Like,
that is hard to compare. Oh!
Wow. That is unfortunate.
And it's a touchdown.
Yep.
Oh, the backdoor cover.
But yeah, McDonald's is, I mean, it's, and the only reason I put it number 1, like I said, I think that Dairy Queen would be my favorite as far as like just if I'm eating there one day.
If you can enjoy it.
Yeah, if we're gonna have one day, we're gonna go. But McDonald's, it's so convenient too, because I can just get 2 McChickens while I'm driving, like on a road trip, and just eat those while I'm driving and be perfectly content.
It is truly undefeated in that I got shit to fucking do.
Yeah, and that's why they're number 1, because how McDonald's is McDonald's is the one. No one ever says we have to take the kids to soccer practice and we have to pick them up and go do this and go do that. Let's just grab Culver's. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, Savannah's never gonna say let's go to Culver's.
But I'm saying that's not the. I'm not even saying that.
Let's go to Mickey D's.
It's not the convenient. It's not convenient. Just grab Culver's real quick on the road.
Yeah, because you get Culver's, you're gonna get a ticket. You're gonna get a placard, and you have to wait.
Yeah, or even if you didn't, it's just like I don't want to eat a butter burger while I drive. Really, I want to sit down and enjoy that. To McDonald's, I'm like, give me my thing. I'll just eat a fry or 2.
Give me.
The McDonald's is the best road trip.
They're
like to eat while you're driving.
And it's oddly, like most time in my life growing up, we stopped at McDonald's on the way to a destination.
Oh, you just stop by. People stop by McDonald's like it's nothing. Like, and that's the thing is, I think it's funny. Like, LeBron James eats McDonald's. Like, I think this is the weirdest thing to think about. Like, rich people, I've stopped McDonald's on the way. You stop by McDonald's.
The amount of $100,000 cars I've seen in McDonald's.
They stop by McDonald's. It's on the way. It's everyone knows McDonald's. Everyone. So when people act like they don't want, like they're above McDonald's, I'm like, shut. You're not above McDonald's. Like, it's the one place where I'm like, people like these elite people. They really do eat McDonald's, like for real.
I think
McDonald's at the White House with Trump.
McDonald's is the Nickelback of fast food.
Yeah, it's fun to hate on them.
It's fun to just shit on them, man.
But McDonald's is, and it's like,
listen,
and that's why I choose it as my number 1, just because I felt wrong putting something else number 1. Because if we're talking about where I eat the most, it's McDonald's. It's not like I've eaten McDonald's way more than it's anywhere at the other fast food places. Mm-hmm. When I was in college, I ate Taco Bell like crazy, and it's not touched where I ate. I mean, I probably ate McDonald's just as much in college. Because you eat McDonald's to an extent where you don't even realize how much you eat McDonald's. Like, it's sneaky.
Oh my God, they just
like I think if you showed people how many times they have McDonald's in a year, I think most people will be stunned by how often they had it. People are like, I really went there 62 times last year. Like, I think that,
I was making sure it's less than 200. Although really I've only had it probably 3 times in the past 2 months. But I have actually I've gone there for Nicole multiple times just for a Coke. Because they have their own recipe for Coke.
Yeah, when it's $1.
I hate they changed the cup again.
But it's $1.
But it's $1.
Think about that though. Like, Burger King, it's $2. Wendy's is $2. Like,
in a restaurant, it's $3.50.
Well, it's like $2.20 in most fast food places. And McDonald's, like, it's $1. I think McDonald's. I mean, like I said, that's why I felt like it felt wrong to me. Because if I'm on a road trip and I have to if I just want a drink, I'm gonna go to McDonald's.
Sweet tea, man, I love them. I love McDonald's sweet tea. Like they have the
best beverages. And you know what? Like, people always say they have their own recipe for Coke. They don't. What they do is they clean their machines. Like, all right, so you have to clean your machines.
I worked there for 4 months. We didn't clean that fucking machine once.
But they do have it professionally cleaned.
Oh, they might do that.
They have people come in, and like you have to. Every company has to do it. Like, I don't know, making a number like every 6 months or something. McDonald's does it like every 2. They make sure that there's nothing clogging their machines.
Our the McDonald's I worked at, our shake and ice cream machine never shut down.
Yeah.
It was running.
That's usually a laziness thing. They're like, it's down because they don't want to do it.
It is a complicated cleaning process. Luckily, I didn't have to do it because I worked as I was in the cook in the back, and then I got offered manager. So all I ever had to do was I had to take 3 training shifts to be able to know where the buttons were.
I will say I am the worst when I go through McDonald's every single time.
Are you a French fries no salt piece of shit?
No.
Okay.
Kind of.
Kind of.
I say I want my fries well done. I get well done every time. Because you know what? They're never cold. They're never soggy. But like I like them crispy. And when you ask for them well done, they come out brown and crispy. Fantastic. And a lot of people are like, you have to wait on your fries. I'm like, okay.
I'll go to spot number 1. I'll wait for it.
I'll get my well done fries. It's a different level. I like my fries crispy.
We had a regular when I was working there. I mean, I only worked there for like 4.5 months.
I get annoyed at the people who are like, no salt and salt and stuff because now they have to get them fresh. I'm like, it's McDonald's. You know, they're fresh.
There's
enough turnover on French fries. They've not been there very long.
If you're going there at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
We can't keep up. We have to wait for the oil to get hot because we keep pouring frozen fucking French fries in here.
Exactly.
You're fine.
Yeah. And that is the fun thing. People go there. If you go there between when's McDonald's
the
busy?
Badgers are playing right now. Jesus, it's late.
When's their busy hour? Between 10:30 when they start serving it to what? 8 p.m. when they close. Like as far as fries, it's just they're just selling fries. They don't sit there very long.
So the 10:30 did start a small rush until like 11:15. There's a 45 minutes of a hit of people wanting French fries and Big Macs. And kids meals because kids usually like their lunch earlier because they eat dinner earlier.
And they take a nap.
And they
take a nap, so you need to feed them.
From 11:15 to 12:15 really wasn't bad. It was 12:25 to 2:55 was specialty shifts. You'd come in for 2.5 hours to work and leave. Great high school gig, or like fresh out of college, fresh into college, so you can have a couple bucks.
Or you have the high school where you leave early.
Right.
You know, those people who go half day and then they work the other half.
Yeah, because that and the benefit was even if you came in for a 2.5 hour shift, you get a free meal, so you'd have your free lunch and get paid $20.
Yeah.
From 1 to 2:30, where in Wisconsin wasn't bad. Here it's awful because it's all retirees.
Well, and people on vacation, so there's just it's just any time. Like I think here it's just McDonald's is pretty much just busy.
Pretty busy all the time, except for the 2:30 to 3:30 is the best time.
The one by Inglewood, by the beach.
That one's shit. It's.
But I'm saying it's always gonna be busy because people are on vacation. They're just eating McDonald's.
They're leaving or going to the beach.
And again, because McDonald's is the place that people act like they're above, but it's like, hey, we're on the way to the beach. Should we grab some fries for the beach? Should we grab a sandwich?
There's $1 million worth of cars in these fucking parking lots, so like clearly you guys are going.
Yeah, McDonald's.
Dinner rush really wasn't bad. So from 6 to 8 was a pretty chill time to clean up.
The weirdest thing about McDonald's is every single place has their regulars. They're like those old people who go to McDonald's every day somehow. And it's like, it's kind of weird. Like, because I was in a small town of Pendleton, there were like these same like 4 or 5 people. If you ever went there at dinner time, it was like the same people were always there. And it's just like, it's weird, kind of. But again, that's why McDonald's should be number 1 because I don't think anywhere else is really like
fast food has a regular where the guy.
Yeah, it's just like this guy just eats here every day.
We had a mailman named Scott. He would order. You knew his voice over the comm. You'd make him a fresh double quarter pounder with cheese. Every single day.
There was
no
a joke
pickle.
about it at McDonald's where this guy was driving through and he's like, yee! And he goes, 8:37. Like, just like, I know what you want. Like, pull around.
Yeah, it's
But like I have so many times like in high school I used to like going to McDonald's, and back then I was super into like getting a 20-piece nugget and a large fry because I had money and I could just get what I wanted. So I'd get my 20-piece nugget, my large fry well done, a large Coke, and Steven would get the exact same thing, and then we would split a baker's dozen chocolate chip cookies. And the beauty of ordering a baker's dozen and they make them then. And then they're warm and gooey. And I mean, McDonald's, they pretty much do everything well. That's
I'll tell you this. Working at McDonald's, the bacon sucked. It's better now. While working there, the cook people were the ones that got the chocolate cookies. There's you walk into the fridge, and then there's the freezer where you get the patties. You walk into the fridge. I love a 34-degree chocolate chip cookie.
Dude, the chocolate chip cookies at McDonald's are good.
They're good.
I mean, they're just good.
I
mean, they're not as good when they have been sitting out for a long time.
I've never. It's also where the worst workers are. It's my only fast food job, so I'm guessing it happens everywhere. But
we know people say McDonald's has the worst workers because they have a billion workers. How many McDonald's are on 41?
I worked this kid named Eddie. Okay. When he would get pissed off at the managers, he would take it out on some customers. I've seen him throw.
This is when you were at high school, right?
Yep.
How many people graduated with you?
64 kids in my school.
How many McDonald's did you guys have?
In South Beloit, 1.
Just 1? But you had a McDonald's. You had 64 kids. 64 people graduate from
my class.
Your class. And you had a McDonald's.
Eddie didn't even go to my school.
Within 15 minutes, you probably had what? Do you have another one? Within 20 minutes?
Within 20, probably, yeah.
You probably had 2 more. And that's the thing about McDonald's is there's so many.
They're there.
Not everyone there could be a good worker.
I've seen him actively spit on food.
There's too many. And the thing that sucks is I'm sure it's a lot of fast food places, but like that's my biggest takeaway. Like Anderson had like 40,000 people and they had like 8 McDonald's. Like there's just so many.
South Beloit had 4,500.
Yeah. But I'm saying like
scale is probably. Yeah.
But I'm just saying like every place like that though, like the amount of McDonald's on like 41, like just to my drive to work, I think I passed like 3 or 4, and I live 10 minutes.
we oddly have more China walks in my town than McDonald's.
Yeah, I mean there's just so many, and it's such a low entry level job. You're not gonna have good employees when you have that many. I always wanted to open a McDonald's franchise.
It's very expensive.
I know, but I always wanted to open one in the village.
Oh, you know what? One opened up in my city right before I left.
Yeah, exactly.
At the truck stop.
But I wanted to open one really bad in the village where people were drinking at Ball State, because the nearest one is like a 10-minute drive. I wanted to open one right there, so I could clean up. Because your only options were Jimmy John's, Hot Box Pizza, and like a nacho truck. But everywhere was like $10. Like McDonald's would have cleaned up. College girls would have bought fries like nobody's business. People like fatties like me would be like, oh, 5 big chickens, $5. Oh. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
are you a McDouble or a double cheese guy?
I mean, really either. Okay. Not much of a difference to me.
Well, a slice of cheese is a big difference for some.
One slice of cheese, but to them it was a huge deal. To me, it doesn't really matter. So that's why they did it, because there's enough people like me who are like, whatever, where they could steal that extra slice of cheese back, and they save tons of money.
Yeah, I think as a loser before. Yeah, big fan.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where, like I said, if we're talking about just once, like if I'm gonna sit down there and eat, McDonald's isn't gonna make top.
It's not in the top 10.
It's not, but it's right here just because of the amount of times I'm on the go. And I'm gonna be on the go more as Marshall gets older. And the weirdest thing about McDonald's, how do they do it with kids? My kid is 2.5 years old, and I'm like, "What do you want for lunch?" You go, "McDonald's." Like, we need that like once. What is about McDonald's is so special to these kids?
Put crack in it or something.
Like he wants the McNuggets, and like with him, we pay an extra like 80 cents instead of a kid's drink. He gets a strawberry banana smoothie. Mm-hmm. He loves it, but like I don't know, kids just love McDonald's universally.
Do you do extra fries or fruit slices?
It depends.
Depends on the day. Yeah.
He doesn't really eat the fries that much, so it kind of just depends on if we want to eat his fries.
One of the big things they did was when they added the Go-Gurt to it. I like that.
Like I said, it's weird. Like every kid loves McDonald's, though.
Yeah. This kid likes McDonald's. Yeah. How about them badges?
Yeah. When you made the comment of neither of us are going to the number one. Yeah, we did.
Actually, that's not what I was thinking.
Oh, really?
Chick-fil-A.
No.
That's the number one voted by a lot of places.
Oh,
and
okay.
Nicole doesn't go a week without Chick-fil-A.
It's funny, though, because
It's the basic bitch.
Bethany's family, her dad and brother, made a comment to me that Chick-fil-A outsells McDonald's
Not even
Monday
close.
through Saturday. And it's just because they're closed on Sunday. And I'm like, no, they're not in the same ballpark. They're not in the same weight class, bro. Like, McDonald's is on another planet. If you look at sales between them and the other fast food places, like the fight for two, they were never close to where McDonald's is at one. They're on their. It's a different world. And again, I argue people always say how fast the Chick-fil-A line is. It's really not that fast. Like, I've sat in the line forever. And B, part of the reason that they quote unquote are fast, or they seem fast because they're standing out there, but it's not really saving them any time. But also they have like 6 menu items. They're just pumping out nuggets and sandwiches.
It's really convoluted.
That's all they're doing. And fries in different boxes. McDonald's is incredible how it's that fast because everyone's ordering special foods. Like you. What was it? You Big Mac sauce on a McDouble or whatever?
Double cheese, add mac sauce?
Exactly. But every
McChicken
single
regular.
person is doing that. You know what I mean? And they're somehow pumping people through that line. And every single person is editing their food. And they're going and making it. At Chick-fil-A, you're like, I'll have a chicken sandwich and fries and a drink.
Yeah, every time I have to order. If I order my mom's, no onion, heavy pickle. Nicole, no ketchup. Mine's add mac sauce. Sometimes.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. At Chick-fil-A, you order what? Straight up? Because there's not anything on them. And so that's part of why they seem faster. I'm like, if you went
It's streamlined because it's like they're
just pumping out 8 count,
it's
12
the line.
count
It's
nuggets.
like the Ford, the Model T. Like everything's the same. Everything's black. It's all.
And McDonald's is still faster sometimes.
And
I don't understand how McDonald's is as fast as they are with as many special orders as they get.
I do love
I mean, it is impressive.
the filet of fish.
And it's impressive how often, when they're doing 2 lines, how often they really get it right.
I think I've only had it wrong 2 or 3 times where they guess. Oh, did you get this?
Yeah.
Nope, the other one. Okay.
But usually they do. They just nail it. And speaking of the filet fish, that has to clean up during Lent.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like that's.
It also doesn't get enough credit for how good it is.
But I mean, Lent Fridays, that thing is.
And they have
popping.
the machine that they have to steam the bun. That's the only time it gets used. That fucker never fails though.
Yep.
I worked at in a perfectly steamed bun every time.
Like I said, McDonald's is. I really think in the league of their own.
I hope they get their freezer situation fixed up. Now,
they're gonna start lowering employees because now they have the order.
those
Yourself
kiosks suck.
kiosk?
They need to fix that because I don't. The machine doesn't learn correctly. I used it in Northport. It didn't.
I've gotten lazy. I like to order on the app, and just tell them I'm in
I
spot
should
two. I'm
do
in
that.
spot 2.
I should try that.
It's kind of nice.
I mean, I'm all for it. I just haven't downloaded
just
that.
Pull up, and then you say you're here, and then they just bring your food out within like 2 minutes. And the cool thing is they make it then. You're like, I'm here, and they start making it. But McDonald's they're pretty on it.
I was trying to think of something. You know, they got the McCafe stuff. Like they got
The McCafe's solid.
People like their coffee shit. So
You know, blind taste tests, their coffee beats Starbucks. Their black coffee.
it should. I don't like Starbucks coffee. They
Starbucks
make desserts.
The other thing about Starbucks too is everyone always makes a comment. Like my dad's always like, "Why is it so busy?" I'm like, he's like, you know, if it's not that good, I'm like, because people don't go there and order black coffee. People are getting
They're ordering dessert.
creme brulee ice cream coffee thing for $8.
Caramel iced macchiato, 2 shots, 2 pumps. Yeah, I know.
Yep.
I'll pay $9 for this. It's a dessert. It is 1,000-calorie.
And that's why when I get my coffee, I prefer Dunkin', because I go there and I just get the cold brew with like the sugar-free coconut.
Congrats to whoever took over
It's just
marketing stuff for Dunkin'.
It's just this giant thing for like $2.
Dunkin' used to be the fucking broke person stuff for years and years growing up, and now like world runs on Dunkin'. Now it's got lines like fucking McDonald's in the morning.
Well, you know what happened too is a lot of people were like, I can get the exact same drink I get at Starbucks for $8 for $4. I mean, that's a big part of it.
And their English muffins are pretty good. Their little breakfast
Their
sandwiches.
snack and bacon's good.
Oh, he's quick.
Yeah, no, McDonald's. I mean, it's the best. And I mean, just nationally, a little fun fact. You know what the number one most popular restaurant is in China and in Egypt? It's an American company. It's not McDonald's. It's KFC. And it sounds weird. And then I spoke to my roommate at Rest Holman because he was like, yeah, it's the highest selling restaurant in China is KFC. And I was like, why? Like, that's not even our favorite. And he said, because, he said, we have McDonald's too, and like, it's up there and it's popular. He said, but the thing about KFC with fried chicken, we didn't have that before. They have no competition with fried chicken at all. And it's just so unhealthy and so greasy that they just like this is amazing. And then I'm like, oh yeah, welcome to America.
I'm on Apple Music.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, like in America, I'm like, oh yeah, it being unhealthy isn't different. But to them, like KFC in Egypt, it's the same way. It's just they don't have food like that. This is fried chicken, and they're like, it's what? I'm like, yeah, you bread it and then you fry it. It's just so far into that realm that they just...
It's exotic to them.
Yeah, and it's just like, wow, this is so good. And to us, we're numb to it. It's like, this is everywhere. I mean, like, a fried chicken tender, that's just... We can get that at any place.
That's what you get for people who don't know what they want. And they're
them,
the basic ass of everything.
To them, like, remember when we ate nothing but lettuce for a week? And vegetables? Because, like, we... again, like, our Chinese food isn't like their Chinese... They eat a lot of vegetables and a lot of rice in China, for real. Mm-hmm. A lot of fish, he said. But again, then you get a fried chicken. It's just like mind-boggling. And it's so unhealthy. So I feel like I always made the joke when he would always say, oh, Americans are so fat. Like, remember how you said KFC's your favorite? He's like, yeah. I was like, you guys will get there.
You'll get there.
We'll show you. We'll show you how with desserts, how you can just like put like 8 desserts in one and make it this big.
We're not even number one anymore. It's fucking Mexico.
For obesity?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tortilla chips are delicious. Queso.
Who do you got in this game? Badgers, Arizona State.
I don't even remember. Probably Wisconsin. That seems right to me, but I don't remember.
Go Badgers.
All right, well, it's been a great pod. I could talk about fast food. I could talk about McDonald's for another hour.
I love McDonald's.
I just see them as they're on a different planet when it comes to fast food. Like it's not worth comparing it to the others to me.
We'll have to do.
I'm not talking strictly taste. I'm just talking about like as an overall operation. They are ran so efficiently, and I still see like with the Shamrock Shake in the McRib. People are like, why don't they have these all year round? But they know what they're doing. They know if they have a McRib forever, it's not going to sell like that.
You'll crave it
when they put it out for that limited time. That's the one, like the couple times a year where they're getting people to go to McDonald's that would otherwise be going to McDonald's. Because when they take the McRib, like when you go to McDonald's, you're going to make it, like because we talk about how easy it is to grab, you're going to go to McDonald's because you're going to go. You're just going to. But then they do the Monopoly, they do the McRib, and then they're getting you extra times too. Like, oh, I just had McDonald's last week, but now they have the McRib.
Man, for a while, I kept going on and off the menu, and it was chicken selects. And they serve it in the box with the fucking sweet and spicy sauce. And just, me and Chloe used to go there just for that. And we would just share it. We'd get a couple sandwiches. And you'd need a fork and a knife because, like, you're dipping in this fucking delicious sauce. Like, the Chipotle. Oh.
Yeah, I love the chicken selects. I wish that was still a thing. But you know what's weird? They have some things that are regional. Like, I think Georgia still has chicken selects.
Fuckers.
Because it's considered Southern food. And, like, if you go to Texas, they don't have a regular McChicken. They only have spicy McChicken in Texas.
Oh, Nicole would like that, too.
But, I mean, it's just interesting how they do cater somewhat. Like, when I went to Europe, I got a chicken bucket from McDonald's.
They serve something different in Canada, too.
It was this bucket had popcorn chicken, McNuggets thrown in there, and then wings. McWings.
Yeah, we used to have those in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
The Mighty Wings. Those were delicious too.
They were. McDonald's doesn't swing and miss very often.
I truly loved working there.
That is the funny thing about McDonald's. Is like people talk a lot of crap about. I'm like, they don't swing and miss. They do enough research beforehand, and that's the same thing when people talk about like Chick-fil-A just got in trouble for supporting an anti-gay, like something where they're some corporation that's funding another.
They have not hidden their laurels. They're anti-gay. They're closed on Sundays. Yeah,
but it's happened twice now. Is what I'm saying. It's like, well, I'm saying, you know, people say that it's on accident. I'm like, no, it's not. You do your footwork. Like, you think McDonald's has ever accidentally funded an anti-gay thing? Like, places do their footwork. They know what they're.
I don't want to tell you. Yeah, it's a Google search away. You can find out where their donations go to.
And the Ronald McDonald House is amazing. My brother.
They do great things.
My brother did that. He was born with a hole in his lung, and had to go to the Ronald McDonald House. And then the crazy thing is, so me, my mom, my sister, and my dad all stayed at the Ronald McDonald House, and they had like an arcade there, where it was free to play. And then there's board games and free movies, and it's a pretty cool thing. I mean, they really do like help the families.
Of the things that.
So now whenever I get change at McDonald's, I put it in there.
There it is.
Like, since my brother did it, I'm like, I feel like I owe them that.
You're obligated a little bit.
Yeah.
Here's a few cents.
He was born with a hole in his lung. Would have died. Yeah, pretty amazing.
You know, like Publix is dominating the South. They're growing exponentially all day. Yeah, they're donating to the same shit that Chick-fil-A does. They're very anti-gay. Donate to Republican super PACs. All of it. But if your product is what it is, like the negative press doesn't matter near as much.
See your Chick-fil-A? Gosh, I taste the hatred.
Yeah, this is what Jesus jizz tastes like, huh? Working months at McDonald's, I loved. You know why some things are so fast? We have a little warming rack that somehow doesn't gather steam. At any given time, there's about 100 nuggets. It tastes absolutely fresh. And the amount of times that I just... Dawn's not looking. Terry's not looking. Flop. Cookie, just unbaked yet. It doesn't even get counted because it didn't get put in the warmer. It's so easy. There's things you just...
Dude, I don't understand how McDonald's is that... It's that, like... You know what I really like their holiday pie.
Never had it. I used to love the fucking apple pie.
Yeah, the holiday one is like
They have a little marshmallow fluff in the middle.
Kind of like a confetti cake.
Oh, okay, I could see
inside the pie. But yeah, their pies are good. They're weird, kinda, when you only think about the shape of them and stuff. But again, McDonald's doesn't swing and miss. Like when they tried the McCafe, they knew it was gonna work. They did during the salad craze.
The shakers, or when they had the regular salads in the square box?
The regular salad in the square box. But I mean, that was back when salads were like crazy. Like McDonald's was killing it, and now they don't have the salads because people aren't on the salads anymore.
Super Size Me ruined the salads too because they kept talking about nutritional facts, and they found out that there's more sugar in a salad.
They weren't healthy. Their salads were never healthy.
I miss, while I was working there, was the King Deluxe or the Mick Deluxe or something. It's fucking delicious. It was just a quarter pounder patty, but you put better lettuce on it, better pickle. Like they're writing so fucking good sesame seed bun. Arch Deluxe. No, this is like the third sack already.
Oh, and the other thing that makes McDonald's the best is you're driving a van, you have 4 other adults with you, and you have to stop at a fast food place. You can go to McDonald's and I have no concerns that everyone can eat there, and they know what they're going to get.
Yeah.
Again, like with
chicken, fish, or beef.
You see Arby's, I'm like, yeah, I'd eat there and I wouldn't complain because that's the type of person I am, but I don't want Arby's. You say Wendy's, there are people who don't want Wendy's. You go to Burger King, there are people who don't want Burger King. You go to Chick-fil-A, and there are people who are like, they hate gay people, I don't want to eat there. But you know what I mean? Like, McDonald's is people like, I can eat McDonald's. Even if people don't like, I have a cousin who hates McDonald's except for breakfast, but like, he still eats McDonald's sometimes. Because it's just like, you go there, I'll get a sandwich. You know, it's just,
I can get mine.
Everyone knows what they want. It's not a problem. It's just they somehow normalize themselves so much.
This is the longest fucking drive in history. 7 minutes.
Yeah.
All right.
12 plays already, too.
It's because of the sacks. Good play, sack. Good play, sack. Convert.
We're 3rd and 10. Drive mine in.
They're going to get it again.
Play. He has it all day.
Oh, good breakup. All right.
Yeah, we probably should.
We'll have to talk about the secret menu items. I used to love the best thing about working there is getting secret shit. You made
McGangbang.
I never did it.
Such a
that was the McDouble and the McChicken, right?
Yeah, like and Big Mac sauce.
Yeah. So
that's just a middle school thing because it had the name.
What I would do,
not even necessarily good, but it's
just to say it's an off menu item. When you work there, you get your lunch break. So I would make my sandwich and then I would order it and I'd already have a sticker on it. You get a Big Mac, but you put double quarter pounder meat on it instead. Flap, get yourself. It's way better. A Big Mac with.
I had a friend who used to eat tacos at McDonald's for his lunch.
Cut up McChickens on a tortilla shell from the snack wrap.
Yeah, they did the tortilla shell from the snack wrap, and he'd like chop up burger meat. Makes sense.
For a few months, you could get that. It was a Big Mac wrap. Mm-hmm. That was delicious too. They just need to, McDonald's needs to bring back the fucking tortilla shell. I will have a McChicken on that wrap. Just give me the lettuce, the cheese, and the ranch sauce. Just do that. It's something. All you are missing is the fucking tortilla shell. Well, McDonald's, you did it again.
I'm still surprised that they haven't like done a promo every so often for doing a McPizza. I know they tried it once, like in the 90s or something, but I'm surprised they haven't done they don't do a McPizza like once a year for 2 weeks. Just because I think they'd clean up on the novelty alone.
What would they cook the dough with?
I don't know. They do a pizza wrap in their tortilla thing. I mean, they could do anything, and they'd clean up.
They could figure out a way.
But yeah, Monopoly's so fun. I never even won anything big.
You couldn't. Did you not watch the documentary on it?
No, I won like a medium fry, and I'm like, yes. And
that's the best part.
The only thing is, they just give you a medium fry. They're like, because you're gonna come here and eat other stuff. Because I felt weird just redeeming it.
So yeah, I'm not gonna go there just for a fry.
And plus, it feels wrong. I'm here for free. And you know what's funny is the worker doesn't care. The person making $8
don't even give a fuck.
And that's the funny thing is whenever you feel weird about that kind of thing, the worker doesn't care. Like when I worked at Target, I didn't care. People were like, "Oh no, I'm playing with coins. The cashier doesn't kill me." The cashier does not care. The cashier's thinking one thing. They're thinking, "I get off at 5." You know what I mean? I get off at 7. Is it 7?
If I could give myself any advice, if you're paid with
change at 6.58 and they get off at 7, they might be frustrated. But if they get off at 7 and it's 3, they don't care if you pay in nickels. Making a difference to them. They're not gonna have to wait. They're there till 7.
The only time it sucked is when you have an old person that throws a shit fit over something that is like very clearly identified. Like it's 11 o'clock and they want something for breakfast, and then they blow up and you have to deal with it, and the manager has to come. It's like you're just taking up my time to get yelled at from you fucking up.
Like paying in coins, people were always so worried about that.
We didn't care because you know what? All this means is I don't have to deal with a person. I just get to count this change real quick.
Well, plus you get people who are like a babysitter and they have a little baggie and they're like, "Oh, this is the kid thing," and they want McDonald's. I'm so sorry. I'm teaching. Care? I don't care at all. That's they think you care, but I don't care. Again, do I leave in 2 minutes and this is going to take me 5? That's frustrating. But other than that. And
if you had a decent manager, which you work with, even in any customer service, you have a good manager who's going to be there longer than you, and they see something that's going to take more time. They usually step in if you have a good manager.
Yeah. And again, it's just no one cares. They don't. Like. And the funny thing is, people will always be embarrassed too. Like, oh, they're going to think I don't have any money. They're not thinking about that. They don't. In general, people aren't thinking about you.
That's if I could give myself any advice. To young me who is concerned about so many things.
No one cares about you as much as you care about you.
No one gives a fuck about you. There's the people you love, but any stranger you see on the road, they couldn't give a fuck less.
And it's so true. It's sad, but that's just how it is. People, you matter a whole heck of a lot to yourself more than you matter to other people.
You think more about them thinking about you, then they think about you.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
When's that on? When's the bowl? For Friday. Tomorrow. At 3 in the afternoon?
The Cincinnati one's 3. That's a good one.
3:30, yeah.
And then 7:30 for the Michigan one.
You know, you're taking Bama, obviously.
I don't want them, but yeah.
And Michigan and who?
Georgia, and I'm thinking Georgia.
All right, so.
But all with spreads.
M and Z. Z and M.
I believe there's a big fat spread on Bama.
They were 12-point favorites?
I think 14.
I mean, it was 12 a week ago. Because the defensive tackle was talking about, oh, yeah, we feel like we're the underdog, we'll scrap. I'm like, shut up. Shut the fuck up. You got 10 first-round draft picks on your team. Shut up.
You can build an NFL team with people from Alabama the last 3 seasons, the last 3 drafts. You can pretty much fill a roster.
Yeah, you have a whole Pro Bowl roster of wide receivers alone.
I mean, running backs too. David Harris, Najee, Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. That's 4 without even really thinking. Quarterback Mac Jones is it. He's not. I'm not sure he's great, but he's for people who even kind of made it. All right, so the spreads for tomorrow. Georgia is 7.5-point favorites. Alabama 13.5.
I'm taking Michigan to win outright. But I don't have to. Betting against the spread. I'll take them against the spread for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to go SEC, both of them.
And who you got? Bama, Georgia. Bama?
Bama. I think Bama's going to run it. Now, I hope Cincinnati wins out because that'd be awesome. After all this hate they've got all year. All right, well, we probably should end this pod. I feel like it's been running for...
Ever?
A long time.
We're 2.5 hours.
Yeah. We knew fast food was going to get away from us. I mean, it's just...
They're fatties.
It was one you can just talk about forever. Like, you talk about a movie or a TV show, there's only so much you can bring up. Fast food, you can bring up all the things they could do, all the things they should do, all the things they do well. Like, just... Forever.
Have you ever, like, Googled secret menu items?
Yeah.
I've done that and then tried to order it, and it's...
Most of the time, they don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I've never actually succeeded in getting one. Only while working there did I get the shit.
Right. All right, well...
An MVZ.
Yeah, it's been a good one.
I'm the puddle of butter. Take it easy, y'all. We'll see you next week. Happy New Year.
Yeah. See you next year.
Later, y'all.
Thanks for listening to the On Call Podcast. Check us out on Twitter @OnCallPod. Interested in being a sponsor or want to be on the show? Drop us an email at oncallpod@gmail.com. For more info, go to oncallpod.com.